In Tennessee, now the 9th House lawmaker to lose a primary this year.
Congressman Andy Ogles lost the GOP primary in the 5th Congressional District to Charlie Hatcher. Ogles was backed by President Trump and Hatcher was endorsed by Governor Bill Lee, but Ogles faced a number of controversies, mainly related to his social media posts, including about how Muslims don't belong in American society.
That's Fox's Madeline Rivera. The Democrat Hatcher faces in November is Chaz Mulder, the mayor of Columbia, Tennessee. In the state's governor's race, Senator Marsha Blackburn won the Republican primary and will take on Democrat Jerry Green. The winner will be Tennessee's first female governor. A second Republican senator is going to vote against acting Attorney General Todd Blanche. Lisa Murkowski joins GOP Senator Susan Collins, who also plans to join Democrats opposing Blanche's confirmation to be full-time AG. If one more Republican is a no in the vote that could come today, Blanche would be rejected. A student went on the shooting spree at a school in Thailand, killing at least 5 people, wounding a dozen others and more.
The shooting happened at a high school on the outskirts of Thailand's capital, Bangkok. The suspected shooter, a 14-year-old boy who was a student at the school, is dead after turning the gun on himself. He's said to have killed his grandparents before going to Debsirin Nontaburi School to carry out the attack.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. Iran and Oman keep trying to work out an agreement that may or may not be backed by the U.S. on getting shipping flowing freely through the Strait of Hormuz, as President Trump also insists this is Iran's last chance to work out a deal to denuclearize.
I think we're doing fine. It could be soon.
The deal has not been finalized, and the president says the U.S. Navy is continuing to enforce the blockade of Iranian ports. Trump cautioning that shipping risks remain as Iran could still deploy mines or carry out drone attacks.
That's Chanley Painter. America's listening to Fox News.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG topping out at 93 today with a possibility of some showers and thunderstorms. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr. Following sports, that'll be at 6:08. Cloudy with some showers and thunderstorms in the area. 73 in Neosho, 75 in Pittsburgh, 76 in Galena, 76 in Joplin, FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker. News Talk, KZRG. Expanding the Joplin Trolley.
Well, the proposal that the Joplin City Council will be talking about Monday night would increase the system from 3 routes to 5, with faster travel times and stops near more workplaces, medical providers, and government offices. Now, most of that $300,000 plan would be funded by a grant, says city officials say they wouldn't have to hire any other employees for now, but again, this will improve the reliability of the Joplin Trolley. I'm Ty Albright, News Talk KZRG.
The legal battle over Missouri's congressional redistricting proposal is drawing in some of the state's top elected officials. Attorney General Catherine Hanaway's office backed Secretary of State Denny Hoskins' decision to reject the initiative petition. Hanaway says there was a specific reason her office entered the dispute.
On every initiative petition, we have the obligation under the law to review it for its legal sufficiency. We found it to be insufficient under the Missouri Constitution.
One of the Midwest's largest religious and cultural gatherings has returned to Carthage. Tens of thousands of visitors expected for all of Marian Days. The annual pilgrimage and cultural festival started yesterday and runs through Sunday on the campus of the Congregation of the Mother Co-Redemptrix. Although rooted in Vietnamese Catholic traditions, Marian Days is open to the public and welcomes visitors of all backgrounds. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. Scattered showers and thunderstorms in the area, 76 at 6:04. News Talk KZRG.
Big problems in the city of Carterville's finances. Officials explained to News Talk KZRG that there was a lot of turnover when a state audit began.
So it took quite a while to unwind and unpack and go through bank statements, go through thousands and thousands of transactions.
That audit found the city's water and sewer fund was in the red by more than $500,000 at the end of the fiscal year of 2024. Read more in the KZRG app.
Today is the first day of Missouri's back-to-school sales tax holiday weekend.
This weekend, certain back-to-school purchases are exempt from all state and local taxes or used taxes. Joe Don Cheney of the Missouri Department of Revenue says there are many items included.
Clothing, school supplies, computer software, graphing calculators, computers, all of that you might use for school would be tax-free.
The holiday ends Sunday, August 9th at midnight. The National Retail Federation reports the average American household spends over $800 per child for back-to-school shopping for K-12 and nearly twice that for college students. Sue Danielson, Missouri Net.
The Panthers win a big game last night. Joe Morgan has the answer in detail.
The NFL made its triumphant return in Canton, Ohio last night, and what a finish to the Hall of Fame game. Panthers quarterback E.J. King called his own number as time expired, scrambling into the end zone to secure a wild 33-30 win over the Arizona Cardinals. Talk about a walk-off touchdown to kick off the preseason. Turning to the diamond, a tough break for the Royals last night. Kansas City dropped a close one to Minnesota 4-3, but the Royals have a quick chance to bounce back tonight when they open a home series against the Cubs. First pitch is set for 7:10. Meanwhile, the Cardinals return home tonight to start a weekend set against the Rockies, a Rockies team that just took 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers. Redbirds look to hold down the fort at Busch Stadium with the first pitch locked in at 7:15. Catch the game on AM 1230 The Talker. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape for professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin. Choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. That's sports. I'm Joe Morgan for News Talk KZRG.
Download the Zimmer Storm Center app today. It's absolutely free of charge. It's available at your app store. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Joe Morgan.
Next news, 6:30, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr.
Here is your KZRG forecast. There may be a few scattered thunderstorms early on this Friday and then an isolated afternoon thunderstorm or two with a high of 93 and a heat index around 100. Any rain moves out later tonight with a low of 73, then a sunny and hot weekend with highs in the upper 90s. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
Weather is a service of Derailed Commodity Flooring and Furniture, celebrating their 59th anniversary this month with deals store-wide. Celebrate with them at your local Derailed Commodity Flooring and Furniture store today.
KZRG Storm Tracker radar showing some scattered areas of showers and thunderstorms. The closest one to the Joplin area is now starting basically in northeast part of Joplin through Webb City, Carl Junction, up to around Asbury, back up to just south of Pittsburgh. Then it gets much larger as you go back farther to the west in southeast Kansas. There's also one just to the north of Golden City that's by itself right now. Most of the action is moving to the northeast, east-northeast at this time. Current temperatures, 73 in Neosho, 75 in Pittsburgh, 76 in Galena, 76 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time, 6:08.
Think it's too hot to shop for a stove or fireplace? Think again. I'm Brooke at Flames in Joplin, and right now is the hottest time of the year to save during our Low-Pi Hot Summer Sale. That's right, all Low-Pi stoves are on sale with savings of up to $650 on Low-Pi's iconic Liberty wood stove. Of course, Low-Pi is well known for their American-made wood stoves, but did you know Low-Pi also makes quality pellet stoves and gas stoves and fireplaces too? Flames has smoking hot prices on all Low-Pi models, including the amazing Deerfield pellet stove with savings of up to $650. Not sure which model is right for your home? That's what we're here for. Our experienced and knowledgeable staff will help you narrow down the perfect choice, and our NFI certified installation team will make sure you're ready long before winter hits. The Low-Pi Hot Summer Sale won't last long though, so hurry in now before this deal goes up in smoke.
Flame with fire since 1995. Find Flames at 4601 South Rangeline Road, half-mile south of I-44.
Julie from Van Beesler Greenhouse and Feed Store talks about how they can help you with your garden this summer.
I'm always curious to see how's your garden growing. Common problem you might be starting to see right now is blossom end rot on your tomatoes. If you're seeing the end of your tomatoes get a little rotten spot, that is due to a calcium deficiency, and it can be corrected by adding calcium nitrate to your soil, or there's other ways to correct it. Just come on in and talk to me and I'll help you with that. There are certain flowers that are susceptible susceptible to pH rising or falling. So I have remedies for that, and that shows up a lot of times as nutrient deficiencies, yellow leaves. I can help you figure out what's going on and keep that garden producing through the hot summer months. Kind of helps you protect your investment. I mean, you put your heart and soul and your dollars into those gardens, so I want to see you be successful at that and come back year after year.
Find everything you need for your lawn and garden at Van Beesler Greenhouse and Feed Store, just east of Pittsburgh on Highway 126.
When it comes to supplements, two things matter most. One, that it works, and two, you can trust it. Rather than just tell you about Relief Factor, I want to let my audience do it. We hear from people every single day whose lives have changed, and I'd like you to hear a few of their stories. Jim wrote in, he said he ran out of Relief Factor twice. Both times his ache and stiffness and pain came back. Once he restarted, he said, I felt better again. As Jim puts it, you know something's working when you run out of it. Jim, I can tell you that's exactly, I mean, I didn't run out of it. I just thought, my wife made me take it. I'm like, it's not going to work. And then I started feeling better, and I was like, well, I did my 3 weeks. I'm feeling better, but it's just me. I'm in a good spot. I stopped taking it, and it all came rushing back. That's how I appreciate what Relief Factor does, and it could change your life. They make it easy to find out if you'll be the next person telling us Relief Factor helped you tackle your daily aches and pain. 3 weeks for just $17.76. Call 1-800-4RELIEF. Get the 3-week quick start, $17.76. 1-800-4RELIEF. ReliefFactor.com. We hope you soon will be sharing your story with us.
The latest is always heard on News Talk, KZRG. Broadcasting from the Downstream Casino Resort Studio, this is News Talk KZRG. From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
6:11 is the current KZRG news time. It's FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, it's News Talk KZRG. Friday has snuck up on us, and boy, what a welcome sneak job that was.
Yes, it really was. And also rain snuck up on us, believe it or not. We've got some showers and thunderstorms scattered throughout most of the four-state area.
Oh, my.
Right now, the heaviest rain is about 2 to 3 counties to the west of us and northwest of us in southeast Kansas. But there is a line of some storms that has developed, extending from Webb City up to between Carl Junction and Asbury, back into around Weir, Kansas. It's moving towards the Pittsburgh, Kansas area at this point. Nothing severe, not expecting anything severe at this point. Now, the forecast is calling for it to be cooler today with a high of around 93 with that chance of showers and thunderstorms. A pretty good chance of it happening today. Tonight, a little bit less of a chance of showers and thunderstorms with the overnight low down to around 73. Now, the high today is going to be around 93. Now, here's the bad news. For the weekend, I guess bad news, it's going to be dry, so it could be good, could be bad. But it's going to be sunny, it's going to be hot. 98 for the high tomorrow, 98 for the high on Sunday. And the heat indexes are going to be way up there, possibly as high tomorrow as 106 for the feels-like temperature. So keep that in mind. It's going to be almost as hot as Ted thinks he is.
Knows I am. This is a truth-telling, fact-based radio show, Steve. When I say Ted's the hottest in the 4 states, that's nothing but truth and fact, my friend.
We'll get the truth and facts about the weather from Jeff Marr, our KZRG meteorologist, at 7:25.
Yes, indeed, we
Notice
will.
I just went right over that.
You can also follow along with the Zimmer Storm Center app. It's totally free to download in the App Store or Google Play Store. It gets you all that information that Steve just rattled off for you. On top of that, it also gives you access to a live time radar. And so for that chance of thunderstorms and the light rain that we have in the 4 states today, you can actually visually watch it on the live radar with the Zimmer Storm Center app. Like I said, totally free to download in the App Store or Google Play Store. All right, let's get into some news, shall we? A man from Joplin has been indicted by a federal grand jury.
All right.
42-year-old Christopher Wayne Boone has been charged with trafficking, you guessed it, meth.
Really?
He was trafficking meth, which at this point I feel like is a Southwest Missouri pastime.
And that is, of course, allegedly at this
Allegedly,
point.
yes. Thank you, Steve. Innocent until proven guilty in this country. Steve's exactly right. He was allegedly trafficking meth, but that is what he is being charged with. Now, he was also named with a co-defendant, Destiny Bush, also named in this very indictment, And where these charges stem from, and this is really the important thing, at least in my mind this morning, where these charges stem from was a Missouri State Highway Patrol had stopped their vehicle on I-44 and recovered the 5 pounds of meth in their car.
5 pounds?
5 pounds, Steve.
Jeez.
Now, according to court documents, Boone, this 42-year-old from Joplin, admitted to making stops in St. Louis and Tulsa, St. Louis, Missouri, Tulsa, Oklahoma, to find those drugs, specifically to distribute them in the Joplin and Webb City areas. According to court documents, he had admitted that he went and got this meth specifically to bring to Joplin and Webb City and distribute.
Oh, boy.
Sell, spread around the streets, where your kids play, where your kids go to school, where your family is. This guy went to big cities and brought that problem here. And again, listen, that's the thing. That's the thing to me that's really scary, is that this isn't just a big city problem. This isn't just Kansas City, St. Louis, Oklahoma City, Bentonville. It's not just that. It's here. It's in our streets. It's in Joplin. It's in Webb City. It's in Carthage. It's in Neosho. And if it's not here because the people make it here, there are people like this guy allegedly driving to those cities with the explicit intent of bringing that drug problem to our front steps.
Wonderful.
Right? Absolutely wonderful. So please be careful. You don't need to be a helicopter parent or anything, but really having a conversation with your kids about Nancy Reagan's Just Say No policy, because we all know how well that went. But,
yeah, it went over real well.
I saw a tweet recently. It said, the war on drugs is over. And unfortunately for America, drugs won.
Okay, I could see your point.
That wasn't my point. I'm just quoting a tweet here. Point is that you do need to talk to your kids about this, about the safeties and dangers of drugs, and just making sure that, they're aware of it. Education, I think, is one of the best ways to combat the drug problem.
And then after you're educated, just say no.
Yeah, there's also that. All right, moving on from there, some other news we have for you this morning. Kansas, the state of Kansas, the sunflower state. Boy, what a lucrative business the state of Kansas is.
Even better than estimates.
The state of Kansas has ended July's 2026 total tax collections with $718.9 million. Yeah. Now, that's 24.1 or 3.5% above what they had estimated. They thought they were going to make a certain amount. They made $24 million more dollars than they thought they were.
Yeah.
So, hey, that's something.
What's really great is the total tax collections this year were up 7.3% from last year.
Now, listen, I don't want to split hairs with you, Steve. Is that really great? Is that the mark of a successful government, how much money they're able to siphon off of the citizens? Is legit, genuine question.
Well,
how do we measure the success of a state government? Is it how much money they collect? Because to me, that's how you measure the success of a private business.
But it's keeping up with the inflation rate.
So they could do what with our money?
So they could spend it.
Or again,
the state.
Is it right? Is that how we measure success? How much money a state makes, quote unquote, and spends? Is that how we measure?
Would you rather they not bring in any money and not be able to provide any services at all?
No, I don't think so at all.
Okay.
It is kind of this interesting philosophical question. How do we truly measure how well our states are doing?
We got to soak it to the rich, just like the Democrats say. Soak it to the rich.
Right.
Tax the rich.
I feel like so often we measure the success, like we go, oh my gosh, they collected more tax money. The state's doing great. It's like, well, is that how we measure it? To me, the measure of success of a state is simply how well were you able to serve the people, and were you able to do it under budget? It's not how big their coffers are.
That is very, very true.
So, but in any case,
but if the coffers are too small, that's another problem.
Absolutely, 100%. That's another problem. But it's like
just a few years ago, that was the problem in Kansas. They didn't have enough income coming in to pay the bills.
Right, exactly. But it's like extremes are not good on either end. Not having enough food is not good. Eating too much food, also not good. Not having enough money in the state coffers, not good. Having too much money in the state coffers,
Not
also
good.
probably not good. So, But anyway, what are your thoughts on that? Text us at 417-782-1310. Taking a look, though, at some numbers here on Kansas. We're not going to get into all of them right now, but we will at around 6:40 this morning. Individual income tax collections for the state of Kansas, $369 million.
Is that all?
That's all chump change.
Yeah.
Which is about 2.7% above the estimate. Now, where that could be a good sign in terms of the success, quote unquote, of Kansas, not really on the state government, but in theory, if they were able to collect more income tax, in theory, that means that more people are earning more money.
Or maybe they're getting more raises.
Or maybe they're
doing stuff to get more money coming in the doors to their office. Their home.
It's just a roundabout way of saying more people are making more money, Steve.
You've got to repeat it over and over.
In 6 to 12 different ways. So, in that sense, using tax collections as a metric for how the state is doing, I think is an interesting method of doing it to measure the generally, possibly the success rate of the citizenry, not necessarily the state government, right?
Yeah, I agree with you. Maybe we should move to Kansas. They're being so successful and getting more money coming in.
Well, I can't wait to show you what Missouri's state tax earnings look like, and we're also going to be getting into that
all right.
at around 6:40. It's FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG. KZRG News Time, 6:20.
And now, KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
President Trump said that a deal to reopen the Strait of Hormuz has not yet been finalized, but hints that they are really close to a deal.
So close! It's right there,
They are
man!
so close to making a deal that can be broken. The president then said, well, it's sort of open right now.
It's kind of open, but we're so close.
Oh, very close.
It's for real this time, we promise.
Number 2.
Speaking of the president, he had called Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt a rhino for wanting to get the federal government out of local elections, arguing that states must maintain independence from big government. Governor Stitt recently spoke out, saying a one-size-fits-all federal government is not the way to go, and reiterated his affinity for states' rights.
Number 1.
Joplin could be expanding the city's trolley system from 3 routes to 5. The proposed changes are designed to shorten travel times, improve reliability, and provide access to more workplaces. The city council will discuss it in next week's meeting.
Yeah, Steve was talking about rainfall a little earlier. Chris texted us at 417-782-1310. You can too, by the way. He said it's raining heavily in Webb City near the Praying Hands right now. There you have it.
Now, the KZRG question of the day.
Is your life better, worse, or the same today as it was 1 year ago? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page, News Talk KZRG on Facebook. Is your life better, worse, or the same today as it was 365 days ago? Coming up, what's going on with your money on News Talk KZRG.
The hot and humid weather pattern will continue through the week, and we may have a few scattered thunderstorms initially today, then a slight chance for an afternoon shower thunderstorm. Otherwise, partly to mostly cloudy. The high today near 93. That heat index closing in on 100, though, when you factor in the humidity. Heavy rain will move out this evening with a clear sky overnight and a low dropping down to 73. Then a ridge of high pressure is going to result in sunshine for Saturday and Sunday. Highs each afternoon should hit the
Good morning, everybody, everyone. So great to see your lovely faces, at least your profile pictures. Sarisa, good morning, happy Friday. Rickaroni and Shees, good morning to you, sir. Tim! Tim. Sitting on the porch with fresh coffee, life is good. Tim, I gotta be honest, man. That sentence, I swear to God, this is truly how I feel. That sentence, Tim, is the secret to life. That is all I want in life. I want that sentence forever. Sitting on the porch with a fresh cup of coffee. That sounds incredible. Sincerely. And I am, as I'm sure you guys can probably figure out, I'm very much so a morning person. The one thing that I miss about, like, people always say, oh my God, the morning show, what a crazy schedule. You have to get there what time? You're up at what hours? That doesn't bother me. I like being up at those hours. The only thing that bothers me about the KZRG Morning Newswatch schedule
is I used to wake up at the time that I wake up now. I used to do it recreationally, and I could go and sit with a cup of coffee on my front porch for an hour, sometimes 2 hours before I go and start my day. And I loved that. But I can't do that now because I'm not going to sit out on my porch at 3 in the morning. That's not morning. That's nighttime. That doesn't make any sense. So, and then by the time the show is over, it's 9. So for me, that's like basically the afternoon. So I do miss sitting out for a couple hours on the porch with a cup of coffee with no worries in the world, no cares in the world, nothing going on. I totally miss that. Good news though, Tim, is I get to do it on the weekend. So that's nice. Anyway, love that for you, Tim. Very jealous, my friend. Rick said, I hope some of the rain drops a bit further south. So dry here in Southeast Joplin that the ground is cracking open like a dessert. It's cracking open like a dessert? What type of dessert, Rick? Pound cake, perhaps? Just kidding. By the way, you know how I learned as a kid how to spell desert versus dessert? I always had a problem with that. And my teacher told me dessert has 2 S's because you want more. You always want more dessert. So it has more letters because you want more dessert. D-E-R-S-S-E-R-T. Versus desert, you want less of it. So it's a shorter word. There's less S. That's how I remembered how to spell that. I also learned my difference between my left and my right. I did this. L is for left. Well, I think you're mirrored me. But L is for left. And J is for Julia is always right. And the person that taught me that, her name was Julia. And that's how I was able to learn left versus right. Joe is here. Good morning. It was a rock and roll. It was a rock and roll Hawaiian shirt, Teresa. Lightning to the west. Philbilly? Porch Coffee sounds like a Philbilly band name. Porch Coffee sounds like a band name for like an indie band in Portland, Oregon or something. We're Porch Coffee. We want to sing about the seals tonight. Ha ha. Snaps.
I'm Nicole Murray with your money now. A judge in New Mexico has ordered Meta to pay $567 million after a jury ruled that the company willfully violated the state's Unfair Practices Act. The judge ruled that Meta's platforms are contributing to the current mental health crisis among New Mexico's youth. The determination is tied to a child safety case against Meta. LGBTQ-focused dating platform Grindr said it is using AI to develop new premium subscription products and improve back-end tools. Grindr is testing pricing for its AI-powered Edge Companion, including in New York, where it costs as much as $350 per month. Advanced Micro Devices has agreed to acquire Thales, a startup that makes chips for inference. Thales's technology promises a less expensive chip that it says can produce output for specific models thousands of times faster than a traditional GPU. Futures are mixed as traders await the big jobs report. NASDAQ futures up by more than 100 points. That's your money now.
That'll be $84.52.
Perfect. Grab the bags, honey.
Mom, why do you always check your phone before we pay?
I'm just claiming my cash back on the Upside app. Since we're getting the groceries here and we filled up the car on the way, I've already earned enough this morning to pay for that pizza night we're having Friday.
Wait, so the app pays for pizza?
Not exactly, but the cash I earn on stuff we need helps us pay for the stuff we want. It's just a little win for our family every week.
Get more out of your everyday. Upside is the free app that gets you cash back on routine purchases like gas, groceries, and dining out at more than 100,000 locations nationwide. No points, no rebates, just cash back straight to your wallet. Download the free Upside app and use promo code ACT5 to get a $5 bonus on your first purchase. That's promo code ACT5 to get a $5 bonus. Remember, use promo code ACT5.
Offers vary by user and location at participating merchants. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Hi, this is Vince Colonnese. Tonight at 8, right after Mark Levin, we'll break down the news, connect the dots, and give you the real story on News Talk KZRG.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
It is 75 in the Joplin metro area, 77 in Miami, 75 in Pittsburgh. A little bit of light rain in the four states, huh, Steve?
And some heavier rain, too. Most of the heavier rain is right now in southeast and east central Kansas. That whole the blob is moving our direction to the east and southeast, but the individual storms are kind of moving a little bit to the northeast. There's now some rain in northeast Oklahoma, southeast Kansas, and southwest Missouri. None yet in Arkansas, but I'm sure it's going to be getting there. We're going for a high today of 93 with the heat index as high as 100. Tomorrow, sunny, hot, 98 with the heat index as high as 106. Sunny and hot on Sunday with a high of 98. We're going to talk to KZRG not chief meteorologist, but meteorologist Jeff Marr. That'll be at 7:25.
Yes, indeed. Coming up after the news, we're going to be taking a look at the state of Missouri's tax earnings. And spoiler alert, pretty lucrative. That's coming up in less than 10 minutes. At FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, it's News Talk KZRG.
At 6:30, I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Here's what's trending on News Talk KZRG.
Iran straight talks continue.
Trump order on birthright citizenship.
Meta loses big bucks.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Heading for a high of 93 with a chance of showers and thunderstorms today. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr. Following sports, that'll be at 6:38. Scattered showers and thunderstorms in the area at 73 in Neosho, 75 in Pittsburgh, 76 in Baxter Springs, 76 in Joplin. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. News Talk KZRG.
Shipping through the Strait of Hormuz dwindles as the world watches for progress on a potential deal to get it back open.
Just 33 vessels have passed through the Strait of Hormuz so far this week, compared to 50 the week before. Concern and uncertainty continues over the narrow passage in and out of the Persian Gulf. Iran insists it must have control over the strait, effectively closed by Iranian attacks on shipping. Normally, a fifth of the world's crude oil transits through. Talks between Iran and Oman on a reopening deal were said yesterday to be in their final stages. In an apparent reference to the United States, an Iranian spokesman warned against certain parties obstructing the process. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
President Trump taking new steps to restrict birthright citizenship.
Months after the U.S. Supreme Court rejected an effort by President Trump to deny birthright citizenship to children born to parents living in the U.S. illegally, an executive order this week now aims to rein in so-called birth tourism.
They've taken birthright citizenship and they've made a joke out of it.
President Trump is directing officials to deny visas of foreign visitors suspected of traveling to the U.S. to give birth. A second order expands the categories of foreigners whose children would not qualify for birthright citizenship.
We're cracking down very big crackdowns.
It's unclear if either of the two orders can survive likely constitutional challenges. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
A New Mexico court now ordering Meta to pay $567 million and implement sweeping protections for teen users. This after finding Facebook and Instagram cause mental health issues.
It will be used for the treatment of young people who are harmed by social media, as well as prevention, screenings, and evaluations. This is on top of the $375 million in civil penalties that Meta was ordered to cough up after it lost a child exploitation trial in New Mexico in March. A jury had found the social media giant misled customers about the safety of its platforms and essentially failed to protect kids from online solicitation and other dangers. The state's attorney general says for years, Meta knew its platforms were harming New Mexico's kids, from feeding a youth mental health crisis to connecting predators with children, and it chose engagement and profit over their safety.
That is Madeline Rivera. 76 with scattered showers and thunderstorms, nothing severe at this time. 6:33 News Talk KZRG.
Joplin residents will see several changes to curbside trash service this fall, including a new yard waste pickup program, and a revamped bulky item collection process.
All of that under a renewed contract between the city and Republic Services. The new contract sets the monthly residential trash rate at $17.42. A new bi-weekly yard waste collection program will also be available for an additional $3 a month. The process for collecting bulky items is changing as well. Beginning October 1st, residents must schedule pickup directly with Republic. More inside the KZRG app. Steve Smith, News Talk KZRG.
$634,000 deficit in the Water and Sewer Fund. Both Carterville Mayor Alan Griffin and City Administrator Jonathan Cook explained to News Talk KZRG.
Towns don't grow and improve themselves. Caring people grow and improve their towns. Carterville's not going anywhere.
We aren't disputing the report. The numbers in the report are accurate as of to the numbers they audited. I completely understand and appreciate the state auditor and their report, and I think they did a great job, and we appreciate them bringing it to light for the citizens of Carterville, and it's something that we want to have that avenue of transparency. That's what the taxpayers deserve, and now we have to get to work and improve things.
Get more of their reaction inside this story at News Talk KZRG.com. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, 76, 635, News Talk, KZRG.
Holding Dr. Fauci in contempt of Congress. Missouri U.S. Senator Josh Hawley explains his yes vote.
The reason that I asked Dr. Fauci what color his tie was and what day of the week it was and what color the carpet is, I thought he was going to answer that one. He looked very carefully at the carpet, then he decided not to answer. The reason I asked those questions was precisely to test the good faith nature of his invocation of the Fifth Amendment.
Hawley says what Fauci did to the American people during the COVID-19 pandemic is unconscionable.
Well, it's here. Hundreds of thousands expected to gather in South Dakota for the 86th Sturgis Motorcycle Rally.
The Sturgis Motorcycle Rally is one of the largest motorcycle meetups in the world and brings enthusiasts to the Black Hills of South Dakota. The rally dates back to the mid-1930s with the first Black Hills Classic race, where just 9 riders took part. These days, riders can explore sites like Spearfish Canyon, Mount Rushmore, and the Crazy Horse Memorial. Some of the events scheduled include demo rides and bike shows, stunt competitions, and concerts from Miranda Lambert, Lainey Wilson, Sammy Hagar, Megadeth, David Lee Roth, and more. The 2026 Sturgis Motorcycle Rally runs through Sunday, August 16th. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
The NFL Hall of Game night game was played last night, according to Joe Morgan.
The NFL made its triumphant return in Canton, Ohio last night, and what a finish to the Hall of Fame game. Panthers quarterback E.J. King called his own number as time expired, scrambling into the end zone to secure a wild 33-30 win over the Arizona Cardinals. Talk about a walk-off touchdown to kick off the preseason. Turning to the diamond, a tough break for the Royals last night. Kansas City dropped a close one to Minnesota 4-3, but the Royals have a quick chance to bounce back tonight when they open a home series against the Cubs. First pitch is set for 7:10. Meanwhile, the Cardinals return home tonight to start a weekend set against the Rockies, a Rockies team that just took 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers. Redbirds look to hold down the fort at Busch Stadium with the first pitch locked in at 7:15. Catch the game on AM 1230 The Talker. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape for professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin. Choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. That's sports. I'm Joe Morgan for News Talk KZRG.
It's free at your app store. Download the Zimmer Storm Center app today. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Borges.
Next news, 7 o'clock. Breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr.
The hot and humid weather pattern will continue through the week, and we may have a few scattered thunderstorms initially today, then a slight chance for an afternoon shower thunderstorm. Otherwise, partly to mostly cloudy. The high today near 93. That heat index closing in on 100, though, when you factor in the humidity. Heavy rain will move out this evening with a clear sky overnight and a low dropping down to 73. Then a ridge of high pressure is going to result in sunshine for Saturday and Sunday. Highs each afternoon should hit the upper 90s, with a heat index climbing up into the triple digits each day. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
KZRG Storm Tracker radar showing scattered showers and thunderstorms, nothing severe at this time in southeast Kansas, mostly in southeast Kansas, but a little bit in southwest Missouri and a little bit developing in northeast Oklahoma. Again, nothing severe, not expecting anything severe at this time. 73 in Neosho, 75 in Pittsburgh, 76 in Webb City, 76 in Joplin. News Talk, KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time, 6:39.
Are you ready to change the world? Then Cottey College is ready for you. Come join the thousands of women who have earned a personalized, high-quality education from one of the top 10 colleges in the Midwest. Choose from over 20 majors, 13 athletic programs, and be a part of a close-knit community that builds lifelong friendships. Every student is guaranteed a paid-for international travel experience. And with generous scholarships, many students graduate with less debt. Cottey College isn't for everyone, just women ready to change the world.
Gingrich Structures builds agricultural, commercial, and residential post-frame buildings designed to meet your needs. All built with superior craftsmanship and attention to every detail, from planning to completion. Your local Gingrich Pro will guide you every step of the way, helping you create a custom post-frame building you can count on for years to come. Visit GingrichStructures.com to connect with your local Gingrich Pro and ask about the industry's only 5-year workmanship warranty. That's GingerICHStructures.com.
Zimmer Marketing is proud to partner with 2026 Zimmer Cares winner, Evan's Voice.
If your child received a threatening message tonight, what would they do? Would you know where to turn for help? Physical safety is easy to identify, but today's dangers don't always come from the streets. They often come through a screen. On January 3rd, 2024, 16-year-old Evan Bettler became a victim of an international sextortion scheme. Tragically, the experience led him to take his own life. Evan's parents turned their grief into action, creating Evan's Voice to educate families, raise awareness, and help prevent future tragedies. Through sharing Evan's story, providing resources for families, supporting victims, and advocating for stronger protections, Evan's Voice is helping parents, students, and communities understand the growing threat of online exploitation and sextortion. Learn more about Evan's Voice. Access resources for your family. Contact evansvoice.org for more information.
Zimmer Cares, helping local charities deliver their message to the hearts and minds of the 4 states. Hey, honey, what's wrong with the garbage disposal?
I don't know. It was working this morning. Did you put something down there?
Just a couple of corn cobs. Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good.
When you got a clog that can't be beat. When your shower water is above your feet. When you flush that bowl and it makes you frown.
Spring River makes that drain go down.
Hi, this is Nathan Terry. Don't let a clogged drain or broken garbage disposal spoil your summertime fun. Give Spring River Drain and Sewer a call, and our licensed drain experts will tackle your toughest clogs in the quickest way possible. We have the tools to clear out grease, years of buildup, and even corn cobs. Plus, we charge flat rate pricing for drain calls, so you know the price before we even show up. Schedule an appointment at springriverdrain.com. And remember,
Spring River makes that drain go down.
Hey, your friend Sean Hannity here. Every weekday starting at 2, I am live on FM 102.9 and AM 1310 News Talk KZRG. Tune in. Stay up to date.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
KZRG Storm Tracker radar showing some heavier rain in southeast Kansas. A little bit developing in northeast Oklahoma right now. In southwest Missouri, it's beginning to fall apart as the outflow line moves away. Now, it has lowered the temperature 1 degree in Joplin from 76 down to 75 after that shower went through the Joplin Regional Airport where they take the Joplin temperature. For today, it's going to be 93 for the high with the heat index topping out around 100. But get ready for a hot weekend. 98 for the high on Saturday and Sunday with sunshine and hot. The heat index could make it feel as high as 106 tomorrow, possibly around the same thing on Sunday. 99 for the high on Monday. Oh, boy. How hot's it going to be next week? We're going to find out with KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr.
Tune in next week to find out.
At 7:25. Be there.
That's exactly right. It's FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, it's News Talk KZRG. Let's start taking a look at some numbers, shall we? I know it's only 6:43, but we're going to throw some math at you this morning. Why? Because we're evil.
Do I need to get my calculator out on my phone?
You do, and your abacus to double-check your work.
Okay, and get all my fingers working.
Correct. Missouri's state budget director has announced that 2027's fiscal year-to-date net general revenue collections increased 5% compared to the year before.
Wow.
I know. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, wait, hold on. Fiscal year 2027? We're in 2026. How does that happen? Well, it's actually quite simple. The state of Missouri has a time machine, and they are reporting these numbers from the future. No, I'm just kidding. No, Missouri's fiscal year, the state fiscal year runs from July 1st through June 30th. So starting last month, we're now in the next fiscal year, the 2027 fiscal year. It's confusing and super opaque, and there's not really there's a quote-unquote good reason why they do it, but honestly, it's just confusing, and I think it's annoying.
What is that good reason?
Everybody gets to choose. Every company and state gets to choose when their fiscal year starts and ends, and they do that based around their scheduling and how they want to file. I mean, everyone has the same tax date to file taxes and all that, but depending on what their company, quote unquote, does, they get to choose it around their schedule. In the state of Missouri, they decided that July 1st through June 30th is the best way for their system.
Congratulations. You did a fantastic job of explaining that.
I really didn't, but I appreciate the vote of confidence. Now, let's take a look at these numbers here. Starting in July of 2025, the state of Missouri collected $839 million, and so far in July of 2020, I guess this fiscal year, they collected $880 million. So that's nearly a $40 million increase, which is crazy. Now let's get a little breakdown here on that. The individual state income tax collections increased 1.9% year over year, from $501 million to $510 million this year, almost $511 million.
Wow!
So nice little increase there.
So that means that income apparently has gone up 1.9% in the state of Missouri,
or at least 1.9% more people were making money. I guess.
Yeah,
you can think of it that way, I suppose. Now let's take a look at the pass-through entity tax collection, which. Everyone and their mother knows what the pass-through entity tax collection is. I mean,
what is it?
I have a shirt. I remember when I was a kid in college, I had a shirt that said, I heart the pass-through tax entity collection. I was a huge pass-through tax entity guy, personally. I'm just joking.
Boy, were you strange back then.
Hey, don't call me strange,
well, wait a minute.
Steve.
Back then, I'll rephrase that. Boy, are you strange.
Now, what is that? Basically, and this is a little bit inside baseball here, but it's a tax that is an optional state income tax for qualifying businesses. So businesses that are partnerships or S corporations, they can opt in to pay this extra tax at the entity level. Why would they opt in to pay extra taxes? Because they're that passionate about paying their fair share and serving the people.
All right.
No, I'm just kidding.
Go for it.
I'm just kidding. No, the real reason is that basically it serves as a workaround to bypass the federal $10,000 state and local, aka SALT tax deduction cap on an individual federal tax return. Again, very inside baseball, but all you need to know is that this is like a corporation thing. And that tax increased 3.3% year over year, from $20.1 million to $20.7 million. So more corporations are utilizing that. Now let's take a look at state and use tax collections. A state and use tax increased 8.5% for the year, from $307 million last year to $333 million this year. The corporate income and corporate franchise tax collections increased 15% year over year, from $33.7 million to $43 million this year. All other collections decreased broadly. Everything else, aside from those, decreased 29% for the year. $54 million last year, $38 million this year. Now, I know, oh my goodness, decrease. Well, if you take a look at all the aforementioned tax collections, all those increases year over year absolutely make up for the decrease in the other taxes.
That is true.
So there you have it. Refunds also decreased 19%. Last year, the state of Missouri doled out 82 million refunds in July, and this July they doled out 66 million. So bit of a decrease there, 19% of a decrease. Now, we were talking earlier this morning about what do we do with these numbers? Okay, great. Now we know how much money the state of Missouri collected. What do you do with that number? What is this data actually for? Well, number one, it is so that way The citizens of the state are made very aware of how much money the state is collecting, which I think is important. I think it's good for us to have that information just as a rule of thumb. And number two, these are numbers that you can choose or not choose to measure the success of a state. Maybe of a state government, maybe of businesses. The fact that they collected more individual income tax, what does that show you? Well, it means, in theory, more people were collecting more income. There was more money to be taxed. That means people are earning more, in theory, or at least some people are earning more.
But hopefully getting the more income does not mean that it's going to burn a hole in the pocket of the state and have them spending more. They need to start spending less.
Right, and that's the thing is okay, great. People in Missouri are making more, in theory, if you want to choose to view that looking at these numbers. How do you measure the success of a state government? Is it just how much money they collect and spend? Because let me tell you something. If that's how you measure the success of someone, then everyone that burns through money like nobody's business is real successful, right? So that's the idea. Should we be measuring the success of a state off of nothing other than dollar amount? I don't think so. I think it should be measured off of services rendered and the quality of those services. And you know what? Some services cost more than other services, but just because we throw $500,000 at a program doesn't make it good by default. What makes it good is the quality of those services rendered. And maybe it turns out we only needed $300,000 for those services. That's really all it actually took. But we threw $1 million at it. Why? Because it makes it look better. Oh my gosh, this program has $1 million of funding. This must be a great program. No, not necessarily. We need to analyze and judge the state and the services they provide by the merits of them, by the actual results of them, which I would argue can be calculated and tabulated based off of human experience. The people taking it, like using those services, how is it working? Is it clear? Is it easy? Is it affordable? Is it necessary? Things like that, as opposed to just, look how much money we made. Look how much money we spent. Look how successful we are. I think that is an important data point, but I definitely don't think it tells the whole story.
Yeah, I think you can move to either state and enjoy all the money coming in to the state.
Either state?
Yeah, last time we were talking about how we might have to move to Kansas because of how much money they got in. Now we did the other side on Missouri, and I guess we need to move back.
Yeah, and for those that missed that, just a quick brief overview here. The state of Kansas, they also released their July earnings year over year. Tax collections were at $718 million for this year, which is a bit of an increase. Year over year, that's a 7.3% for the month of July for the state of Kansas. So both states have an increase in tax collections. Kind of an interesting pattern there. But what are your thoughts? What do you make of this data? Text us at 417-782-1310 or leave us an open mic message on the KZRG app. KZRG News Time 6:51.
And now, KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
President Trump said that a deal to reopen the Strait of Hormuz has not yet been finalized, but hints that they are really close to a deal.
Oh, wait, there's right there. They're so close, I promise.
The president then said that, well, it's sort of open right now.
Sir, is the strait open? Kinda. A little bit.
Number 2.
Speaking of the president, he had called Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt a rhino for wanting to get the federal government out of the local elections, arguing that states must maintain independence from big government. Governor Stitt recently spoke out saying, a one-size-fits-all federal government is not the way to go, and reiterated his affinity for states' rights.
Number 1.
Joplin could be expanding the city's trolley system from 3 to 5 routes. The proposed changes are designed to shorten travel times, improve reliability, and provide access to more workplaces. The city council will discuss it at next week's meeting.
Now, the KZRG question of the day.
Is your life better, worse, or the same today as it was 1 year ago? Did you like my pregnant pauses for effect, Steve?
I like the sneezing you did off microphone.
Is your life better, worse, or the same today as it was 1 year ago? We want to know. Text us at 417-782-1310 or leave us an open mic message on the KZRG app.
By the way, bless you, bless you, bless you.
Thank you, Steve. It means a lot. Is your life better, worse, or the same today as it was a year ago? Coming up, Sean Hannity's Morning Minute. You can tune in to Sean every single weekday starting at 2. On FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, it's News Talk KZRG. Good morning.
The hot and humid weather pattern will continue through the week, and we may have a few scattered thunderstorms initially today, then a slight chance for an afternoon shower thunderstorm. Otherwise, partly to mostly cloudy. The high today near 93. That heat index closing in on 100, though, when you factor in the humidity. Heavy rain will move out this evening with a clear sky overnight and a low dropping down to 73. Then a ridge of high pressure is going to result in sunshine for Saturday and Sunday. Highs each afternoon should hit the upper 90s, with a heat index climbing up into the triple digits each day. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
Hey, want a free checking account from Community Bank and Trust?
Free? Yeah, right. What's the catch?
Well, there's no catch.
There's always a catch. I bet there's a minimum balance requirement.
Nope, their absolutely free checking account is free from minimum balance requirements.
Okay, then I bet there's a monthly service charge.
Actually, there's not. Their absolutely free checking is free from a monthly service charge.
So when you say free, you mean...
Free, gratis, countless, liberated.
Wow. Free, so I could check my balance, pay bills, use my debit card, and bank from my phone
without paying a monthly fee.
Now that's my kind of free.
Absolutely free checking, the account that gives you all the features you need for zero monthly fees from Community Bank and Trust. Get started at one of the local employee-owned CBT locations today or at cbthomebank.com. Community Bank and Trust, where trust is so important. It's in our name. Other fees such as NSF, overdraft, sustained overdraft fees, etc. may apply. See fee schedule for details. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 580491.
Uh-oh, the power's out. My phone's at 2%.
Everyone, stay calm.
Daniel, you're the only one screaming.
I know. I can't find my flashlight, beef jerky, or emergency storm Crocs.
Dad must have found everything, because now he's in there negotiating with the breaker box. Mom's hiding by the refrigerator trying to keep the cold air from escaping. Your point? We're not losing a single chicken nugget.
Wait, what's that beautiful sound?
The lights are back. The air conditioner is working. The nuggets are saved.
Folks, summer storms around here can knock your power out faster than Jenna can empty the snack cabinet.
Hey!
And the heat can make your house feel hotter than going down the metal slide in elementary school.
That's why IPOC Electric and Solar installs dependable whole home generators so your family stays cool, comfortable, and powered up when storms roll through. No more flashlight scavenger hunts. No more charging your phone in the truck.
Good morning, everybody. Bill! Good morning, sir. Good, sir, Bill. Is Doc here? Doc is here. Good morning, Doc. Good morning,
Doc
Bill.
Vance.
Happy Friday. I love to get up early as long as I have enough sleep. Yeah. Wow, evil is a mix between evil and vile. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I don't normally drink coffee, so I just need to make it part of my daily routine. Bill says, I don't normally drink coffee. Usually I just get a bucket of iced water and shove my head in it at 3 in the morning. I have a shaved ice machine, and I keep thinking I need to get that out to make a coffee slushie. A coffee slushie, Sarisa. Wow. You might be onto something. I'm trying to think, would that be good? Immediately, my immediate reaction is coffee slushie sounds like a terrible idea. But then again, I love iced coffee, so cold coffee, specifically iced coffee, is very delicious. And ultimately, slushies are just iced drinks, right? So then it just becomes a question of texture and viscosity. Would consuming coffee with a thicker viscosity than simply water, would that be delectable? Would that be good? Wow, you're really making me think. I'm honestly very impressed with this as an idea. Coffee slushies. How come that hasn't been done before? You might have $1 million local business on your hands, Teresa. I really think that. Because it's just a texture issue, right? Because some people don't like beans because of the texture. Some people don't like certain foods, not because of the flavor, but because of the texture. Would coffee in slushy form be a truly off-putting texture? I don't know. I don't think it would. Hey, Carol. Good morning to you. Oh, are coffee slushies already a thing? Oh, all right.
You might have a million penny idea.
All right, we got to put ignorance on this. Did not know that was a thing already. Oopsies.
that it is headed towards insolvency. We know that government has failed on multiple fronts.
The Sean Hannity Show from coast to coast later today.
Good news, you don't have to overpay for big wireless. Nope, not when Pure Talk comes in with the exact same cell towers, the exact same 5G network, the same exact service for a fraction of the cost. And by the way, now for the first time ever, Pure Talk, they are offering any plan at just $15 a month for your first 3 months. Average family saves over $1,000 a year. Whatever plan you choose, including their unlimited data plans, even their top-tier $65 plan, $15 a month for your first 3 months. Huge saving up to $150. But make the switch now. It's simple, it's fast, it's easy. Enjoy your first 3 months of text, data, talk, $15 a month. You simply dial pound 250, say the keyword save now. Make the switch, pound 250, keyword save now from my wireless company, a veteran-owned company, America's wireless company, Pure Talk.
Scattered showers and thunderstorms in the area. We'll have a full forecast coming up in just a matter of moments.
The Four States News, Talk, and Severe Weather Station. KZRG, KIXQ HD2, Joplin. A free service of Zimmer Market. It's 7 o'clock.
General Todd Blanche's nomination is on thinner ice. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. A second Republican Senator, Lisa Murkowski, comes out against Blanche's confirmation to be full-time AG, joining GOP Senator Susan Collins, who, like Democrats, is also a no in the vote that could come today.
Murkowski says, quote, the country needs an attorney general who will check the worst impulses of this administration. I hope Mr. Blanche is able to achieve that if confirmed, but I simply do not have confidence that will be the case. If another Republican decides to vote against Blanche, it will kill his nomination.
Fox's Chanley Painter. A Trump-backed congressman's lost a primary in Tennessee. Andy Ogles lost to Republican challenger Charlie Hatcher. Senator Marsha Blackburn won the GOP primary for governor.
We absolutely have to unite as a party and defeat the Democrats.
Blackburn faces Democrat Jerry Green in November. President Trump may go back to the Supreme Court with new executive orders on birthright citizenship that could get challenged after the justices rejected his earlier ones, attempting to not allow babies born in the U.S. to parents here illegally from becoming citizens.
A very, very unfortunate decision.
The new executive order applies to children born of diplomatic staff working on behalf of another government while in the U.S. The 14th Amendment does not confer automatic citizenship to families of ambassadors, and this new order expands that category to other non-citizen employees.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich. The order also addresses so-called birth tourism, restricting visas to foreigners coming here to have babies. A judge has hit Meta with a $567 million fine after the Facebook and Instagram owner lost a trial in New Mexico.
This is on top of the $375 million in civil penalties that Meta was ordered to cough up after it lost a child exploitation trial in New Mexico in March. A jury had found the social media giant misled customers about the safety of its platforms and essentially failed to protect kids from online solicitation.
That's Madeline Rivera. America's listening to Fox News.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG, we're heading for a high of 93 with some scattered showers and thunderstorms expected. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr following sports. That will be at 7:08. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, mostly in southeast Kansas and northeast Oklahoma at the moment. 75 in Neosho, 73 in Pittsburgh, 74 in Galena, 74 in Joplin. AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9. And on your smart speaker, News Talk, KZRG. Expanding the Joplin Trolley.
Well, the proposal that the Joplin City Council will be talking about Monday night would increase the system from 3 routes to 5, with faster travel times and stops near more workplaces, medical providers, and government offices. Now, most of that $300,000 plan would be funded by a grant, says city officials say they wouldn't have to hire any other employees for now. But again, This will improve the reliability of the Joplin trolley. I'm Ty Albright, News Talk KZRG.
The legal battle over Missouri's congressional redistricting proposal is drawing in some of the state's top elected officials. Attorney General Catherine Hanaway's office backed Secretary of State Denny Hoskins' decision to reject the initiative petition. Hanaway says there was a specific reason her office entered the dispute.
On every initiative petition, we have the obligation under the law to review it for its legal sufficiency. We found it to be insufficient under the Missouri Constitution.
Joplin man indicted. A federal grand jury unsealing an indictment against 42-year-old Christopher Wayne Boone in U.S. District Court for the Western District of Missouri. Boone is charged with meth trafficking. Co-defendant Destiny M. Bush was also named in the indictment. The charges stem from operations where the Missouri State Highway Patrol stopped a vehicle on I-44, recovering 5 pounds of meth. Court papers say that Boone admitted making stops in Missouri and Oklahoma to find meth to distribute to the Joplin and Webb City areas. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. Scattered showers and thunderstorms in the area. Nothing severe at this point. 74, 704, going on 705. News Talk, KZRG.
Big problems in the city of Carterville's finances. Officials explained to News Talk KZRG that there was a lot of turnover when a state audit began.
So it took quite a while to unwind and unpack and go through bank statements, go through thousands and thousands of transactions.
That audit found the city's water and sewer fund was in the red by more than $500,000 at the end of the fiscal year 2024. Read more at the KZRG app.
Holding Anthony Fauci in contempt. And now Missouri U.S. Senator Josh Hawley says they've got the doctor's phone.
This is the phone that he used for years, we believe, as the director of the NIAID, which is the position he held during COVID. I understand we're in the process of downloading its contents right now. I can't wait to see what's on it, Jesse. I mean, we learned so much from that last trove of documents. We learned that he got all of those cash prizes, $1 million for himself during COVID. That was illegal, by the way. I can't wait to see what we're going to find out from this phone.
Hawley says that Fauci needs to be put behind bars. Well, the Panthers were winners last night in the NFL from Joe Morgan.
The NFL made its triumphant return in Canton, Ohio last night, and what a finish to the Hall of Fame game. Panthers quarterback E.J. King called his own number as time expired, scrambling into the end zone to secure a wild 33-30 win over the Arizona Cardinals. Talk about a walk-off touchdown to kick off the preseason. Turning to the diamond, a tough break for the Royals last night. Kansas City dropped a close one to Minnesota 4-3, but the Royals have a quick chance to bounce back tonight when they open a home series against the Cubs. First pitch is set for 7:10. Meanwhile, the Cardinals return home tonight to start a weekend set against the Rockies, a Rockies team that just took 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers. Redbirds look to hold down the fort at Busch Stadium with the first pitch locked in at 7:15. Catch the game on AM 1230, The Talker. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape for professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin. Choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. That's sports. I'm Joe Morgan for News Talk KZRG.
Download the Zimmer Storm Center app today. It's free. It's available at all your favorite app stores. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Joe Morgan.
Next news, 7:30, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk, KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr.
Here is your KZRG forecast. There may be a few scattered thunderstorms early on this Friday, and then an isolated afternoon thunderstorm or two with a high of 93 and a heat index around 100. Any rain moves out later tonight with a low of 73, then a sunny and hot weekend with highs in the upper 90s. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
Weather is a service of Derailed Commodity Flooring and Furniture, celebrating their 59th anniversary this month with deals store-wide. Celebrate with them at your local Derailed Commodity Flooring and Furniture store today.
KZRG Storm Tracker Radar showing most of the showers and thunderstorms now in southeast Kansas, a little bit in northeast Oklahoma. They're kind of fading out in southwest Missouri at this point. It is 73 in Neosho. Make that 75 in Neosho, 73 in Pittsburgh. 74 in Carl Junction, 74 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time, 7:08.
I'm James Whitford from Watered Gardens Ministries, and I have a message for you today. Don't give up.
Jesus said, "In this world you'll have trouble, but take courage, because I've overcome the world." These are hopeful words at a time when we see much trouble on the streets of our city. People with histories of trauma, struggling in homelessness, some sleeping under bridges on the streets of our city, many with poor mental health. We're all looking for solutions, and our response is, take courage. It's the name of Watered Gardens Ministry's new capital campaign. The Take Courage campaign involves 2 projects: a Christ-centered tiny home community for the
Good morning.
Good morning, 4 states. How is
Ted needs
everyone?
to get out a little more. Hey, I get out plenty. Typically Thursday evenings, typically in the Carl Junction area. If anybody's if any families are doing anything around Thursday night in the Carl Junction area, let me know. I'm usually prowling.
I know one.
You do?
Yeah.
Who's that?
I know one, but you're not invited.
Well, which one is it?
It's mine.
Your what?
My family.
Your family's what?
Game night.
Oh, your family's game night is on Thursday nights in the Carl Junction
You
area?
are not invited.
I had no idea.
Oh, baloney.
That's so strange. Maybe we could, I don't know, maybe we could hang out sometime, Steve.
Sure.
Why does my love for you scare you?
Doesn't scare me in the least.
What about my love and affinity for the Scott family household is so jarring and scary that a simple invitation cannot be extended?
If you would have been there last night, you would have enjoyed the accompaniment of our great-grandson.
I was there last night.
He was walking quite a bit last night, back and forth between everybody.
Very impressive for a 17-year-old.
He's not 17. I think he might be 17 months.
17 months, yeah. There you go.
I want to let my audience do it. We hear from people every single day whose lives have changed, and I'd like you to hear a few of their stories. Jim wrote in, he said he ran out of Relief Factor twice. Both times his ache and stiffness and pain came back. Once he restarted, he said, I felt better again. As Jim puts it, you know something's working when you run out of it. Jim, I can tell you that's exactly, I didn't run out of it. I just thought, my wife made me take it. I'm like, this is not going to work. And then I started feeling better, and I was like, well, I did my 3 weeks. I'm feeling better, but it's just me. I'm in a good spot. I stopped taking it, and it all came rushing back. That's how I appreciate what Relief Factor does, and it could change your life. They make it easy to find out if you'll be the next person telling us Relief Factor helped you tackle your daily aches and pain. 3 weeks for just $17.76. Call 1-800-4RELIEF. Get the 3-week quick start, $17.76. 1-800-4RELIEF. ReliefFactor.com. We hope you soon will be sharing your story with us.
You're listening to News Talk KZRG 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. Live from the Downstream Casino Resort Studio. From Studio 1Z. With the latest news, commentary, and weather. It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
KZRG Storm Tracker radar showing some light to moderate to heavy rain in southeast Kansas. A little bit in northeast Oklahoma, and it's all just kind of moving to the east-northeast, but it's kind of dissolving away as it gets to the Missouri state line. Some showers and thunderstorms that we had in the Joplin, Webb City, Carl Junction area earlier, they have moved well to the east and are kind of also falling apart. They're now around the Mount Vernon area. We're expecting a possibility of some showers and thunderstorms later today, again, with the high of 93, heat index making it feel as hot as 100. The hot weather returns, though, for the weekend. Saturday, 98 with sunshine and hot. Could feel like as high as 106. Sunday, sunny and hot with a high of 98. Monday, actual high 99. Oh, boy, getting ready for that. KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr will be joining us at 7:25 this morning.
It's FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, it's News Talk KZRG. Well, a Senate committee has decided to move forward with proceedings to hold Dr. Anthony Fauci in contempt of Congress after he pled the Fifth more than 100 times while testifying in front of the Senate last week. Now, I want to take some time to kind of explain the process of how this works. I know a lot of people saw the headlines, but there are some questions of, well, hold on, like, why is he not allowed to plead the Fifth exactly? How is this contempt of Congress potentially exactly? Let me walk you through the logic here, the process here. So quickly, a little background here. Senator Rand Paul, Republican from Kentucky, he's the chair of the Homeland Security and Government Affairs Committee, and he was investigating, and his committee was looking into the way the government responded to the COVID-19 pandemic. And of course, obviously that investigation is inevitably going to lead to Fauci's doorstep at some point, which it did. And during the investigation, Rand Paul found Fauci's personal diary, which said on the front, "No boys allowed," diary, Fauci's diary only, and it had a little heart lock with a key.
Yeah, little general key for any diary.
Yeah, exactly. So Rand Paul found that, was able to bust it open like any dutiful little brother would, and then released all of the
Their
diary
brothers?
entries.
Their brothers?
Dude, this is giving me a little bit. The fact that Rand Paul found his diary and then just made photocopies and passed it around, to me really is like a little brother finding his sister's diary and then passing it around at the playground at school.
Not only did he pass it around, I think I saw a big one, like about a big poster size one that somebody.
Oh yeah. No, he absolutely published that. It was a little bit funny. But anyway, listen, here's the reason why this is important, is because what Fauci was writing in his diary to himself personally, at the same time, he was making claims that were a lot of the times completely the opposite publicly. So Fauci was saying one thing publicly to the American people, was saying something differently entirely in private settings. We now have written documentation of that very concept, which is what he's being investigated for. They're like, okay, did you lie then? Were you lying now? What's going on here? What's happening? So the Senate called Fauci in so they can ask him about it. Fauci then pled the fifth more than 100 times.
But supposedly he couldn't use the fifth because he was pardoned, given a full pardon by AutoPen.
Exactly. And let me explain that process. KZRG News Time 7:15. The argument as to why Fauci can't plead the fifth has everything to do with his pardon that President Joe Biden, or as Steve put, President AutoPen, had given him. Now, the Fifth Amendment, it covers a few things, but the line that's being debated reads, quote, "No person shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself, nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law," end quote. So the idea is no person shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against themselves. The argument that Republicans are making is they say, well, Fauci received a retroactive pardon that covers all of his crimes, not crimes, whatever, between 2014 and January of 2025. They are asking him about things that happened during that window. The fact that Fauci has a pardon, can't be charged for any of that, means that he can't plead the fifth, because the fifth is the right that you will not self-incriminate. But there's no threat of crimination. There is no possibility that he will be charged for what happened during those years. And so since there's no possibility of a criminal charge, him not answering questions isn't him protecting himself from self-incrimination, because, again, there is no crimination.
Unless...
Well, hold on. Now, all him not answering questions is simply not participating in the process, which is contempt of court, or in this case, contempt of Congress.
Unless Fauci's lawyers know something that we don't, that maybe AutoPen's pardon might not be legal.
There's that theory. Okay, well, maybe they're worried that the pardon will go away, so he's hedging his bets. The other theory that was floating around about, or rather as to why Dr. Anthony Fauci pled the fifth so much, was simply this idea that maybe they're not going to try and charge him for past crimes, which the pardon covers. Right. Maybe they're going to try and charge him for perjury in the year 2026. And the pardon doesn't cover 2026.
That's right. And
so in theory, maybe he's pleading the fifth to better position himself for future charges.
And the big thing I always remember from that hearing is Fauci saying, "Why is Rand Paul always picking on me?"
Right, exactly. So what happens if Dr. Anthony Fauci is convicted of contempt of Congress? Well, he could spend up to 1 year in prison and could see a fine up to $100,000. That's the maximum risk he could get. If you take a look at the January 6th committee, Stephen K. Bannon, he was Stephen Kevin Bannon. He was charged with
Stephen Bannon.
He was charged with contempt of Congress, And he served, I think, 4 months in prison.
Uh-huh.
So, there you go. That's what's at risk here. Now, let's take a look at what the traditional path for contempt of Congress proceedings are versus what Republicans are allegedly planning on doing. The traditional path is, now that the committee voted to push for contempt of Congress charges, the U.S. Senate would need to vote to hold him in contempt of Congress, which requires 60 out of 100 senators to vote yes.
Oh, that's not going to happen.
And the reason why is because Republicans only have 53 seats in the Senate, which means they would need to get at least 7 Democrats to cross the aisle and vote with them on holding Anthony Fauci in contempt of Congress, which at this point seems rather unlikely.
And maybe they'd get Fetterman. Maybe.
So, okay, so then 6 more. I don't even know who would be up to bat at that point.
I don't either.
So that's not likely, which, of course, Republicans and Rand Paul, Republican senator from Kentucky, who's leading this fight, of course, they know that, which is why Rand Paul, it has been announced that he is considering referring this matter directly to the Justice Department as opposed to going through the traditional senatorial route.
Interesting.
Now, this has launched a huge debate, not just amongst Democrats, but against Republicans as well. As a matter of fact, Oklahoma Republican Senator James Lankford, he voiced a little bit of criticism about this. He said, hey, man, this is a crazy precedent. Doesn't this kind of circumnavigate the whole senatorial powers? Like, the whole point of the Senate is they have certain powers that nobody else has. This totally, kind of undermines that, does it not? To wit, Rand Paul, the basic argument is, well, this is an unprecedented event. It requires unprecedented action. We're living in an unprecedented time. Let's do it. Some Republicans say, well, the problem with this is, are we really going to let another genie out of the bottle that we can't put away? We've been doing a lot of that as of late. Just us as a society, with AI, with all sorts of things, right?
That's true.
And the problem that some Republicans are now voicing is, if Republicans do this now in an attempt to get Anthony Fauci, okay, great, cool. What do we got him in jail for a year. He's charged $100,000, which is chump change to him. Awesome, woohoo. Democrats, the second they get in power in the Senate, aren't they just going to do this for every little thing?
Oh, sure.
I mean, the argument is that Democrats are the party of lawfare. You don't think once we open this floodgate, they're just going to go for it? Is that really what we want to start opening up? Is that the genie we want to release from the bottle? And again, not my argument. This is the chatter amongst the Republican Party that has some issue with this idea of referring these contempt of Congress proceedings not through their normal legal route of voting through the Senate, but rather going straight to the Department of Justice.
Would be interesting.
It would be interesting. I will give you that at the very least. Now, the question is, what legal authority does Congress, or the Senate in this case, have to push these charges to the Department of Justice? What is their legal standing exactly? And the answer is, we don't know. Missouri U.S. Senator Josh Hawley, he announced yesterday that him and his team, they are actively working on a legal dissertation, if you want, to send to Todd Blanche, the acting Attorney General for the United States, with their argument as to why they believe that the Department of Justice and the Attorney General does in fact have legal authority over this matter, and why they believe that this could be referred to the Department of Justice. Like I said, Josh Hawley said his team is working on it. They haven't released it yet, and so to be perfectly frank with you, nobody knows at this time what they're going to propose is the legal justification to allow this. The only people that know are Josh Hawley's team. Maybe Senator Rand Paul has a few ideas, and probably a couple of eggheads and some think tanks in Washington, D.C. getting paid, $800,000 a year, $500,000 a year to come up with heady, legal speak, double-tongue ideology. So whatever. They know, maybe, but we don't know yet. And when they release their argument, when Josh Hawley releases his report or whatever, when Rand Paul announces we're going to push it to the Department of Justice and here's why we think we're legally allowed to, then we'll find out. And when that happens, we'll let you know. Here on FM 102.9, 105.9 AM 1310, News Talk KZRG.
And now, KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
President Trump said that a deal to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, not yet finalized, but hints that they are really close.
So
really
close! Like you taste it.
Yeah, that deal's just right around the corner. We don't know which corner, but it's right around it.
We promise this time. Day one.
The president then said, well, it's sort of open right now.
It's kind of open, little bit.
Number 2.
Speaking of the president, he had called Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt a rhino for wanting to get the federal government out of local elections, arguing that states must maintain independence from big government. Governor Stitt recently spoke out saying, a one-size-fits-all federal government is not the way to go, and reiterated his affinity for states' rights.
Number 1.
Joplin could be expanding the city's trolley system from 3 routes to 5. The proposed changes are designed to shorten travel times, improve reliability, and provide access to more workplaces. The City Council discussing it at next week's meeting.
Now, the KZRG question of the day.
Is your life better, worse, or the same today as it was 1 year ago? Take a look back 365 days prior to today. How was your life then? How is it now? Text us at 417-782-1310 or leave us an open mic message on the KZRG app. Coming up, a look at weekday weather on News Talk KZRG.
The hot and humid weather pattern will continue through the week, and we may have a few scattered thunderstorms initially today, then a slight chance for an afternoon shower thunderstorm. Otherwise, partly to mostly cloudy. The high today near 93. That heat index closing in on 100, though, when you factor in the humidity. Heavy rain will move out this evening with a clear sky overnight and a low dropping down to 73. Then a ridge of high pressure is going to result in sunshine for Saturday and Sunday. Highs each afternoon should hit the upper 90s, with a heat index climbing up into the triple digits each day. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
Save big on auto accessories at Menards. We have what you need to keep your vehicle looking like new. Give your car the care it needs with Max Power Car Wash from Turtle Wax. The more you use, the stronger the cleaning power becomes, allowing you to effectively remove dirt, grime, and more. Save big on Turtle Wax products. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
Goldilocks needed a dumpster. The first one she rented was too small.
My garage stuff won't fit.
The second dumpster was too big.
I don't own that much junk.
Then she found the yellow box from Big John's roll-off service.
This dumpster is just right.
Big John's.
Hey, I'm the Big John from Big John's Roll-Off Service.
And I'm the wife, Claire.
And our yellow box special gives you 15 to 20 yards of space and is the same footprint as a smaller box, but taller, so you can fit more.
It's perfect for garage cleanouts, home projects and remodels, moving, downsizing, or finally tackling that backyard pile you've been ignoring.
For just $400, you get 7 days of rental and the first 2,000 pounds of debris.
But we've only got 3 yellow boxes, so once they're booked, they're booked.
Reserve yours today at BigJohnsRolloff.com.
When you've got big waste, you need Big John's.
Big on service, big on savings. Big John's.
I'm not one to say I told you so, but I switched to Pure Talk over a year ago, and ever since, I've been telling people there's no better wireless company out there. Well, a few months ago, a massive survey was conducted. 123,000 people were asked to rate their wireless carrier in 4 categories: coverage, support, data, and overall value. Well, the results are in. Guess which wireless company was the only wireless company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah, Pure Talk. 5 stars, every category. To celebrate, Pure Talk is offering the first 3 months of any plan for just $15 a month, including their top-tier unlimited plan. No contract, no commitment, just a very inexpensive way to test drive the only American wireless company with 5 stars in every category. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service will take it from there. Again, pound 250 micro. And yes, I told you so.
Clay Travis here. And Buck Sexton. Make your day better and come hang with us from 11 to 2 p.m. right here on News Talk KZRG.
We talk news, politics, sports, and also some fun culture stuff, too.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
Steve Scott along with KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. We had some wetness here in the Joplin, Webb City, Carl Junction area a little bit earlier. It was like an outflow boundary, and it's kind of fizzled away from our area. But we got a lot of heavy rain in southeast Kansas right now, according to the KZRG Storm Tracker radar. Is it going to reach Missouri anytime soon?
Well, we will have a few scattered showers and thunderstorms as we head through this morning, but then the bulk of the rain is going to taper off into the afternoon. And our high today around 93, which is pretty close to average for this part of August, but it's going to feel a little bit hotter, though. That heat index may get close to 100 when you factor in the humidity. So a slight chance for a thunderstorm or two this evening. They clear overnight down to 73. And then a hot and humid weekend. High pressure takes over. We'll see sunshine tomorrow and again on Sunday. Highs each afternoon around 98. The heat index, though, each day could get up to close to 105 when you factor in that humidity. And we can expect some more hot weather as we make our way into the early portion of next week as temperatures stay above average.
Now, as we get into the middle of next week, is that going to be the hottest time next week at this point?
Yeah, we are definitely going to be dealing with that heat and humidity right on into the middle portion of next week. And as we mentioned, those highs well into the 90s, upper 90s, even for Tuesday and Wednesday. And then we'll introduce a few thunderstorms on Thursday, and that should cool us down a little bit with a high in the low 90s. So the hottest weather certainly from this weekend right on into the middle portion of the upcoming week.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for that weather outlook. We appreciate you, Jeff.
You got it. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Thanks.
As do you, good sir. We'll talk to you again soon. It's FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, it's News Talk KZRG. Coming up in less than 10 minutes at around 7:40. If you have been waiting for a sign to get involved locally, we have your sign for you. And it'll be here on our airwaves at 7:40. On FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, it's News Talk KZRG.
At 7:30, I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Here's what's trending on News Talk KZRG.
American detained in Russia.
Trump reissues an order on birthright citizenship.
Murkowski opposing Blanche.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG topping out at 93 today with scattered showers and thunderstorms. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr. Following sports, that will be at 7:38. Cloudy with scattered showers and thunderstorms in parts of the 4 states. 75 in Neosho, 73 in Pittsburgh. 74 in Diamond, 74 in Joplin. AM 1310, FM 102.9, 105.9. News Talk, KZRG.
The family of U.S. Marine veteran jailed in Russia now calling for his release following his hospitalization.
An American Marine veteran detained in Russia since 2022 is hospitalized in serious condition. An advocate for Robert Gilman's family says he is in a dissociative stupor after being fed through a tube. His sister says she's worried he may die if he is not released. A State Department spokesperson tells CBS the Trump administration is deeply concerned and has, quote, raised his case repeatedly with the Russian government and has requested his release on humanitarian grounds. Gilman was arrested in 2022 over disputed allegations that he assaulted a Russian police officer.
President Trump taking new steps to restrict birthright citizenship.
Months after the U.S. Supreme Court rejected an effort by President Trump to deny birthright citizenship to children born to parents living in the U.S. illegally, an executive order this week now aims to rein in so-called birth tourism.
They've taken birthright citizenship and they've made a joke out of it.
President Trump is directing officials to deny visas of foreign visitors suspected of traveling to the U.S. to give birth. A second order expands the categories of foreigners whose children would not qualify for birthright citizenship.
So we're cracking down very big crackdowns.
It's unclear if either of the two orders can survive likely constitutional challenges. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Another Senate Republican coming out against Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche's confirmation.
Lisa Murkowski says she will oppose Todd Blanche's nomination, endangering his confirmation for Attorney General on a permanent basis. Murkowski says, quote, the country needs an Attorney General who will check the worst impulses of this administration. I hope Mr. Blanche is able to achieve that if confirmed, but I simply do not have confidence that will be the case. This comes after Maine Senator Collins stated that she will also vote no. If another Republican decides to vote against Blanche, it will kill his nomination.
74 with some scattered showers and thunderstorms. 7:33. News Talk, KZRG.
Joplin residents will soon see several changes to curbside trash service this fall, including a new yard waste pickup program and a revamped bulky item collection process.
All of that under a renewed contract between the city and Republic Services. The new contract sets the monthly residential trash rate at $17.42. A new bi-weekly yard waste collection program will also be available for an additional $3 a month. The process for collecting bulky items is changing as well. Beginning October 1st, residents must schedule pickup directly with Republic. More inside the KZRG app. Steve Smith, News Talk KZRG.
$634,000 deficit in the Water and Sewer Fund. Both Carterville Mayor Alan Griffin and City Administrator Jonathan Cook explained to News Talk KZRG.
Towns don't grow and improve themselves. Caring people grow and improve their towns. Carterville's not going anywhere.
We aren't disputing the report. The numbers in the report are accurate as of to the numbers they audited. I completely understand and appreciate the state auditor and their report, and I think they did a great job, and we appreciate them bringing it to light for the citizens of Carterville, and it's something that we want to have that avenue of transparency. That's what the taxpayers deserve, and now we have to get to work and improve things.
You can get more of their reaction inside this story at newstalkkzrg.com. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. Cloudy, some scattered showers and thunderstorms. 74 at 7:35. News Talk KZRG.
Holding Dr. Anthony Fauci in contempt of Congress. Missouri U.S. Senator Josh Hawley explains why he voted yes.
The reason that I asked Dr. Fauci what color his tie was and what day of the week it was and what color the carpet is, I thought he was going to answer that one. He looked very carefully at the carpet, then he decided not to answer. The reason I asked those questions was precisely to test the good faith nature of his invocation of the Fifth Amendment.
Hawley says that what Fauci did to the American people during the COVID-19 pandemic is unconscionable.
Hundreds of thousands expected to gather in South Dakota for the 86th Sturgis Motorcycle Rally.
The Sturgis Motorcycle Rally is one of the largest motorcycle meetups in the world and brings enthusiasts to the Black Hills of South Dakota. The rally dates back to the mid-1930s with the first Black Hills Classic race, where just 9 riders took part. These days, riders can explore sites like Spearfish Canyon, Mount Rushmore, and the Crazy Horse Memorial. Some of the events scheduled include demo rides and bike shows, stunt competitions, and concerts from Miranda Lambert, Lainey Wilson, Sammy Hagar, Megadeth, David Lee Roth, and more. The 2026 Sturgis Motorcycle Rally runs through Sunday, August 16th. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
The NFL preseason has started last night, according to Joe Morgan.
The NFL made its triumphant return in Canton, Ohio last night, and what a finish to the Hall of Fame game. Panthers quarterback E.J. King called his own number as time expired, scrambling into the end zone to secure a wild 33-30 win over the Arizona Cardinals. Talk about a walk-off touchdown to kick off the preseason. Turning to the diamond, a tough break for the Royals last night. Kansas City dropped a close one to Minnesota 4-3, but the Royals have a quick chance to bounce back tonight when they open a home series against the Cubs. First pitch is set for 7:10. Meanwhile, the Cardinals return home tonight to start a weekend set against the Rockies, a Rockies team that just took 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers. Redbirds look to hold down the fort at Busch Stadium with first pitch locked in at 7:15. Catch the game on AM 1230 The Talker. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape. For professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin, choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. That's sports. I'm Joe Morgan for News Talk KZRG.
Download the Zimmer Storm Center app today. It's free. It's available at your app store. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Borges.
Next news at 8 o'clock, breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr.
The hot and humid weather pattern will continue through the week, and we may have a few scattered thunderstorms initially today, then a slight chance for an afternoon shower thunderstorm. Otherwise, partly to mostly cloudy. The high today near 93. That heat index closing in on 100, though, when you factor in the humidity. Any rain will move out this evening with a clear sky overnight and a low dropping down to 73. Then a ridge of high pressure is going to result in sunshine for Saturday and Sunday. Highs each afternoon should hit the upper 90s, with the heat index climbing up into the triple digits each day. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
KZRG Storm Tracker Radar showing the heaviest rain right now, mostly in southeast Kansas and partially in northeast Oklahoma. It's all moving just kind of in a circular motion, mostly to the northeast. 75 in Neosho, 73 in Pittsburgh, 74 in Columbus, 74 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time, 7:38.
This summer, one backyard had everything. Burgers on the grill, kids running through sprinklers, fire pit glowing. Until the mosquitoes arrived. Suddenly, everyone's swatting. The dog won't stop scratching. The cookout moved inside. Fire pit abandoned. It was the summer that should have been. Until one family fought back and called Bug Away Pest Control.
Hey, it's Doug and Rory from Bug Away Pest Control. Don't let backyard pests cancel your summer plans.
Let Bug Away Pest Control use powerful, pet-friendly treatments to treat your yard and stop those pests from returning.
We are the only place you can get Doug and Rory's pest-free guarantee.
Swim, barbecue, and enjoy your backyard this summer without the fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes.
Remember, if you don't see our logo, it's a no-go.
Learn how we can help with your pest problems at bugawaypc.com.
We do exactly what we say. We keep the bugs away.
Customer satisfaction is our number one goal at Bug Away Pest Control.
I started with Team Dental because I loved the team dynamic. That was what really drew me to come and interview with Dr. Lemus. During the interview process, I'll never forget, he told me our core values: work hard, trust God, be sincere, and help others. And I just fell in love with that. I think it covers a wide variety of, different things that we do for the community. So it's a great team dynamic. I get patients with high anxiety, and that's one of my favorite things when they come in and they are terrified to come and see us, because nobody likes to come to the dentist. Let's just be real. But when they complete their treatment and they've earned that trust in you and you see that smile on their face because they feel comfortable, that's amazing. And we see it a lot.
I'm Dr. Lemus from Team Dental of Joplin, where we specialize in dentistry that fits your schedule.
Team Dental of Joplin, your neighborhood practice for your whole family.
Hinkle's Ace Hardware, they got what you need there.
For generations, our families have serviced customers. Hinkle's Department Store in downtown Macomb, Illinois, Lee's Grocery in Cape Girardeau, Grand Country Homeworks in Grove, and for the past several decades, Hinkle's Ace Hardware. We've grown up understanding the power of a helping hand with the simple belief: service comes first.
And that commitment to being truly helpful is exactly why I decided to join the family business. Hi, this is Colton Hinkle, the second generation carrying on the legacy of Hinkle's Ace Hardware. For 20 years, my parents have built on our family foundation, watching families grow up just like ours.
Our stores are more than hardware. They're a neighborhood tradition built on trust and excellent customer service. We know the products, we know our community, and we know exactly how to help you get the job done right. Hinkle's Ace Hardware in Webb City and Joplin, your locally owned hardware store with neighbors helping neighbors.
Neighbors helping neighbors, Hinkle's Ace Hardware Store.
The world moves fast, so tune in to me, Mark Levin, every weekday starting at 5 on News Talk KZRG for the latest news, politics, and commentary. You won't want to miss it.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
7:41 is the current KZRG news time. It's FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG. We're also on your smart speaker and at newstalkkzrg.com. Ted Bohorquez.
And Steve Scott. It's going to be possibly wet sometime today. We had a little bit of rain earlier here in the Joplin, Webb City, Carl Junction area, but that's kind of fizzled out. Most of the rain right now is in southeast Kansas, and it's kind of moving in the northeast fashion and kind of dissipating as it goes along. Chance of showers and thunderstorms today, partly sunny and hot with a high of 93. Heat index could make it feel as high as 100. Now tomorrow, sunny and hot. The actual high 98, with the heat index as high as 106. And then on Sunday, 98 again with hot, and 99 for the high on Monday. Could be even warmer on Tuesday and a little bit on Wednesday, but enjoy the cooler weather while you can today with the high of only 93. Seems kind of weird that we're saying cooler weather at 93.
Yeah, it's that just goes to show you just how warm it is in the beautiful 4 states, sunny 4 states, that is. Like I said, it's FM 102.9, 105.9 AM 1310 News Talk KZRG. The city of Carthage is looking for someone to serve as a Ward 2 City Council member. So, if you live in Carthage and you've been waiting for a sign to get involved in your local community, this is your sign. No questions, no ifs, ands, or buts. This is your sign. Let me make that clear. And the reason why this is a reality is because Councilman Ray West has moved out of Ward 2 and has turned in his resignation. So now the city is seeking qualified candidates to fill that vacant seat for the remainder of the term, which expires in April of next year. Now, a couple of requirements. You got to be a registered voter. You have to be living in Ward 2 of Carthage, and you need to be at least 21 years old. You also have to have no felony convictions. So there goes Steve. He's out of the running. And, and no unpaid city or county taxes you also can't have unpaid city or county taxes. So you got to be square with the local government. And you got to live within the district. So details about the parameters of the district, I'm not going to give you all the ins and outs on what streets are and are not ward, whatever. It's all on news.kzrg.com. You can check it out there. But again, if you've been looking for a sign to get involved in the Carthage community so long as you live there and don't owe the city any taxes and don't have a felony record and are at least 21 years old, this is your sign. You can check it out. Take a little look. And by the way, even if you don't live in Carthage, this is also your sign. Get involved in your local community. Get passionate. Be there. There's a lot of issues that I know people get frustrated about within Carthage, within Joplin, within Webb City, within Neosho, within Miami. Unfortunately, nobody's coming to save these towns except for the people that live in these towns. Those are the people that need to be there to save it.
I would agree completely.
And that's you. At least it can be you. So you can check it out.
You too.
Could be me. It could be me. That's true. Although I have a sneaking suspicion, I don't think the people want that. You know why? Because if I'm ever get elected to an office in the 4 states area, day one, here is my day one campaign promise.
All right. Mark your calendars. Here we go.
TED statues in every single roundabout in the entire 4 states area.
And
that's ramps, a promise.
And ramps at every roundabout so you can fly over the roundabout.
Yeah, that'd be cool. KZRG News Time 7:45. All right, let's get into some other news. Kind of an interesting story here for you. A new poll came out. And it's a poll, so take it with a grain of salt. We all saw how accurate the polls were in 2016 and 2024. So,
they were extremely accurate.
So accurate, he said sarcastically. So take it with a grain of salt. But a new poll came out that said more Americans are worried about paying for food, medical care, and housing than they are about how the stock market is doing. Anecdotally, off the bat, yeah. I mean, just take a look, just for a second, think about what concerns you right now in this moment at 7:45 KZRG News Time. What concerns you on a daily basis? What are you worried about? What are your friends talking about? What are your kids, your grandkids, your nieces, your nephew, your siblings? What are they talking about? The price of gas, the price of groceries, rent, and health care. Yeah, I believe this poll. I mean, just off the bat, thoughts, Steve?
I would agree with you completely. In fact, I heard somebody, I believe it was on Clay and Buck yesterday.
Which, by the way, you can tune into every single weekday starting at 11.
Anyway, Clay and Buck were talking about this one guy who was complaining because of the cost of food. He has a burrito and a taco delivered every day to wherever he works. And he was saying it costs $20 for that food. And they were saying you can make it a lot cheaper.
Hold on.
But that was the cost of food according to the survey.
I'm gonna pause you right there.
Okay.
You know one way you can make it cheaper? Stop using delivery apps.
Start making it at home and taking it with you.
Exactly.
Like I do.
Right, exactly. Get off your butt and drive to the burrito store or to the taco store and buy them yourself instead of paying to have them delivered. That's insane. But I get your point, though.
But that was one of the points they
Right.
said in the survey. The guy was complaining because the cost of a
Right.
taco and burrito were so high.
Right, and aside from all that, also, it is just a fact that, like, food prices, they are going up. Healthcare,
they definitely are.
Healthcare is not going down, I'll tell you that much.
No, it's not.
Now, the poll said that 69% of respondents, nice, said that they are very concerned about the cost of healthcare. 66 said they're very concerned about the price of food and consumer goods. And 64% said that the cost of housing is a major concern, that they're very concerned about that. Now, take those numbers compared to the stock market. 18% of Americans said that they're very concerned about how the stock market is doing. And I know what you're thinking. Well, not a lot of Americans, are day traders. Not a lot of people invest in stock. And then you might be thinking to yourself, well, I do. I absolutely do. And you would be right to think that. As it turns out, 62% of Americans reported owning stock in 2025. And also, according to statistics, that's been roughly the number since the 1990s.
Well, that's because that's your retirement funds in most cases.
Precisely. Exactly, Steve. So everyone has skin in the game in the stock market. You do, I do, 4-staters do. You don't need to be a big New York banker to care about the stock market. Everyone has skin in the game in the stock market. And yet only 18% of Americans, according to this poll, actually are that concerned about the stock market. Why? Probably because they're way more concerned about the price of food, the price of gas, the price of housing, the price of healthcare, all those things. Now, here is where you get your pitchforks ready. Here is where you get your torches lit. Here is where you get your fireball shooter bottles ready to throw at me.
Boy, the engineering department's going to love you for as long as you keep reporting that over and over and over again so people start doing it.
All right, here we go. The president, Donald Trump, he ran on these issues. He promised you and I, the American people, that he would fix these issues. He said day one, he said he was the only one that could do it. And here we are. Hasn't happened. Hasn't
we
happened.
are so close to an agreement that'll help make it happen.
And I know what you're thinking. Well, it takes time. These things take time. We are halfway through. We are nearly halfway through his second term. We're running out of time, man. We're running out of time. I get it. The first couple of months, no, you can't just fix these problems in a matter of months. We are halfway through, nearly halfway through his second term. That is 75% through what he is able to do serving as president under a 2-term system.
But I did notice the price of gas went down another penny in some gas stations.
Oh, another penny. Wow.
$3.42.9.
In the 4 states, think about that. $3.42.9 is where we're at in the Joplin area. Those are gas prices that belong in California. $3.42.9 is nothing to be bragging about in Southwest Missouri. Those are California gas prices. That is insane that we've normalized $3.42.9 as a gas price in Southwest Missouri. That is crazy to me. So again, listen. This isn't I understand that these are market forces, that there's a lot going on. The reason I bring this up is because personally, and I'm curious your thoughts on this, it bothers me when politicians come in and they promise us the moon for things that we all reasonably know they cannot deliver. The president can't personally control gas prices. He can't personally control food prices. They can make decisions that impact those things domestically. Absolutely. They can absolutely make a sway. But even people like Donald Trump, who was supposed to be this outsider, who was supposed to be this guy that we're going to drain the swamp and fix the deep state, even they make empty promises. And that's
they might not be empty when they make them. They just end up turning that way.
Well, yeah, okay. Promising to end the war in Ukraine in day one was an empty promise from the get-go.
Which day
the president had no say in that, and yet he promised us that. And so my argument here, and again, tell me where you think I'm wrong. Text us at 417-782-1310. We need to be calling this stuff out. When a politician, even one we like, makes us a promise that we know is not feasible, that we know is a ridiculous moonshot, we need to be able to call it out and demand, as a voting bloc, tangible steps towards making progress. Instead of, we're just gonna lower gas prices. We need to know what are the actual steps to get the price of gas under control in this country. What exactly are those steps? We're going to fix the healthcare system. We need an actual plan, not a wish list. Not fix the healthcare, not root out fraud. That's a wish list. And let's do all of that. I'm all for all of that. But we need to demand from our politicians actual steps, and we should vote on the people that have real tangible steps and actual ideas on how to do it, not just, I want to fix this, and I think we should fix that. We all want to fix those things. Let's elect the people that can actually do it. But what are your thoughts on that? Text us at 417-782-1310.
And now, KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
President Trump said that a deal to reopen the Strait of Hormuz has not yet been finalized, but hints that they are really close to a deal.
So close!
Oh, they are so close to making that deal.
It's right there.
The president then said, well, it's actually sort of open right now.
Number 2.
Speaking of the president, he had called Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt a rhino for wanting to get the federal government out of the local elections, arguing that states must maintain independence from big government. Governor Stitt recently spoke out saying, a one-size-fits-all federal government is not the way to go, and reiterated his affinity for states' rights.
Number 1.
Joplin could be expanding the city's trolley system from 3 to 5 routes. The proposed changes are designed to shorten travel times, improve reliability, and provide access to more workplaces. The city council is going to be discussing it at next week's meeting.
By the way, really quickly here, Mary on our KZRG video live stream said, well, hey, the price of gas was higher with Obama. Well, yeah, of course it was higher with Obama. That's why Middle America didn't like Obama. That's why Middle America voted someone like Donald Trump in, because he told us that it wasn't going to be like Obama. That was the whole point of Trump. That was the whole point of putting Republicans in power, was to provide for was to provide all the things that the Democrats failed to and couldn't. So this comparison of like, well, it was worse then. I'm not worried about if it was worse then. It was worse then. Let's focus on making it better now. That was the promise that Republicans made. That was the promise that Donald Trump made. Let's make sure that they actually pull through on those promises.
Now, the KZRG question of the day.
Is your life better, worse, or the same today as it was 1 year ago? We want to know. Leave us an open mic message on the KZRG app. Coming up, what's your chance to win a complimentary taco, free chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Tacos on News Talk KZRG.
The hot and humid weather pattern will continue through the week, and we may have a few scattered thunderstorms initially today, then a slight chance for an afternoon shower thunderstorm. Otherwise, partly to mostly cloudy. The high today near 93. That heat index closing in on 100, though, when you factor in the humidity. Heavy rain will move out this evening with a clear sky overnight and a low dropping down to 73. Then a ridge of high pressure is going to result in sunshine for Saturday and Sunday. Highs each afternoon should hit the upper 90s, with a heat index climbing up into the triple digits each day. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
It's funny how we learn to live around things. You stop ordering crunchy tacos, you always chew on the left side. You skip the ice cream. Little by little, you adapted. And it all started with a small pain when you chewed, then a zing whenever you ate anything cold. And before long, it was a full left side ache every time you ate. And going to the dentist, you swore off sitting in that chair years ago, and fear has held you to it.
Hi, I'm Dr. Grant Kirk.
And I'm Dr. Connor Postian with Joplin Family Dental in our new location, Carthage Family Dental, where we're accepting new patients.
Sedation Dentistry has helped countless patients take that first step towards a healthier smile.
Even the most anxious patients who thought they'd never go back to the dentist.
Feel calm and relaxed while receiving the dental work your smile needs, and get ready to enjoy crunchy tacos and ice cream again.
Call Joplin Family Dental to discover the comfortable way to a new smile, or find more details at joplindental.com.
Where did you get that smile? Joplin Family Dental.
When it comes to your home, you deserve a place where you and your family feel comfortable in every way. A place to cool down inside with a beverage after working in the yard or splitting eyes on the lake. Not a place where you're uncomfortable when you come back inside because your air conditioning.
Good morning, everybody.
For over 100 years, Shatterly Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning has helped keep your home comfortable in every way.
George, good morning. I agree, George. So don't promise us things. Like that's kind of my point. Is don't lie to me. Not you, George, but politicians. Like, stop lying to the American public. What I want is a president that says, "Hey, man, it's going to be really hard to get these things done, and here's why it's going to be hard. Because of liberal judges, because of lawfare, because of this, and that. However, here's my solution for the price of gas.
here are these physical exact steps that I want to take. And if those steps fail because liberal judges do X and Y or whatever, then here's what my backup plan is. I want a plan. I want a pitch, not just let's fix it. Where's the plan? What's the actual plan here? I thought Trump literally said, just trust me, bro. We're going to do it day one. And I did trust him. Where is it? Now's the point that I think it's appropriate for even Republicans to start asking questions. Where's the plan? What's going on? You told us you were going to get it done. You said, don't worry about it. It's all taken care of. Now it's not. What's the plan? That's my whole thing. Tim said, proper terminology is important. It's the burrito and taco getting place. Yeah, that's true. Good morning, by the way, Mary. I didn't mean to pick on you, though, Mary, by the way. I understand that, but again, that's why Middle America didn't vote for Obama. That's exactly why we didn't want him. Because it was worse under him. But Trump's not Obama. Trump's supposed to be the guy that's supposed to be way better. So when can we start? I don't think my point is, I guess, I don't think it's unreasonable when a politician like Trump, or really any politician, makes us a promise and we give them the power and the keys to the castle. I don't think it's unreasonable for us to start asking them to deliver on the promise or asking them for a timeline. Other than, we're almost there, we're so close, it's going to happen.
Chatham & Wells. And best of all, anything you buy from our...
And by the way, Mary, you're right. I am really upset. And the reason why I'm upset is because Steve didn't invite me to game night last night. And I'm triggered by it.
This is Vince Colonnese. Join me right after Mark Levin at 8 on News Talk KZRG.
It's the KZRG Morning Challenge.
Your chance to win a complimentary taco, free chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Tacos.
To win, be the first on the phone with the correct answer to the question, 417-782-1310, 417-782-1310.
Today's question is a little U.S. history trivia question for you. Who was the 8th president of the United States? 417-782-1310. Who was the 8th president of these here United States? 417-782-1310. I'll give you a hint. There's a gang in New York City named after this president.
Really?
In honor of this president, there was a gang in New York City built around the history and legacy of this president.
You could win a complimentary taco and chips and salsa from the award-winning Ghetto Tacos if you are the first one on the phone with the correct answer.
What's his name? Who was the 8th president of the United States? 417-782-1310. We know George Washington was the first. We know President DJT is the 47th. Who is the 8th president of the United States? 417-782-1310. Boy, this might be a holdover, huh, Steve?
I have a feeling it's going to be.
Looks like we're going to have to wait till Monday. It's FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, News Talk KZRG.
Four states news, talk, and severe weather station. KZRG, KIXQ HD2, Joplin, a free service of Zimmer Marketing. It's 8 o'clock.
Jobs lost, not gained. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. We just got that hiring update, a worse than expected jobs report for July.
Negative 23,000. Unemployment rate drops in July to 4.1% from 4.2% in June.
Fox Business Network's Lauren Simonetti, that lost jobs last month unexpected. A gain of 80,000 jobs was predicted, and there have been revisions down for May and June. 103,000 fewer jobs created than first reported. But on Wall Street, stock futures rise with less concern about a future Federal Reserve interest rate hike. The Senate may vote today on acting Attorney General Todd Blanche's nomination, and the second Republican plans to vote no. Lisa Murkowski joins Susan Collins opposing making Blanche full-time AG.
Murkowski said in a statement that she is concerned that the Trump administration could go forward with its proposed fund to compensate January 6th rioters, even though Blanche has said he will shelve the idea. She also said she has issues with the handling of the release of the Epstein files and what she called, quote, sweeping immunity protections granted to President Trump, his family, and their businesses, among other things.
That's Fox's Tanya J. Powers. If one more Republican senator sides with Democrats, Blanche would not be confirmed. Another congressman has lost a primary. the 9th one in the House this year. Andy Ogles, a Republican in Tennessee who had President Trump's endorsement, defeated by GOP challenger Charlie Hatcher, who was backed by Governor Bill Lee. Now, Lee can't run again. Senator Marsha Blackburn won the Republican primary to replace him.
We are a solid red conservative state, and all of these socialist, communist policies end at the Tennessee state line.
Blackburn faces Democrat Jerry Green in November. 5 teachers and staffers are dead at a school near Bangkok, Thailand. A 14-year-old student went on a shooting spree, wounding more than 20 others. He also killed his grandparents before going to school. The boy's also dead. He killed himself as well. America's listening to Fox News.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG. Scattered showers and thunderstorms possible. Heading for a high of 93. Could feel as hot as 100. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr. Following sports, that will be at 8:08. It's cloudy with some scattered showers, mostly in southeast Kansas. 75 in Neosho, 73 in Pittsburgh, 75 in Galena, 75 in Joplin. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. News Talk, KZRG. Expanding the Joplin Trolley.
Well, the proposal that the Joplin City Council will be talking about Monday night would increase the system from 3 routes to 5, with faster travel times and stops near more workplaces, medical providers, and government offices. Now, most of that $300,000 plan would be funded by a grant, says city officials say they wouldn't have to hire any other employees for now, but again, this will improve the reliability of the Joplin Trolley. I'm Ty Albright, News Talk KZRG.
The legal battle over Missouri's congressional redistricting proposal is drawing in some of the state's top elected officials. Attorney General Catherine Hanaway's office backed Secretary of State Denny Hoskins' decision to reject the initiative petition. Hanaway says there was a specific reason her office entered the dispute.
On every initiative petition, we have the obligation under the law to review it for its legal sufficiency. We found it to be insufficient under the Missouri Constitution.
It's huge. One of the Midwest's largest religious and cultural gatherings returned to Carthage this week. Tens of thousands of visitors expected for the total of Marian Days. The annual pilgrimage and cultural festival runs yesterday through Sunday on the campus of the Congregation of the Mother Co-Redemptrix. Although rooted in Vietnamese Catholic traditions, Marian Days is open to the public and welcomes visitors of all backgrounds. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. 75 cloudy, News Talk, KZRG.
Well, Carterville's got some big problems with their finances. Officials explained to News Talk KZRG that there was a lot of turnover when a state audit began.
So it took quite a while to unwind and unpack and go through bank statements, go through thousands and thousands of transactions.
That audit found the city's water and sewer fund was in the red by more than $500,000 and the end of the fiscal year 2024. Read more in the KZRG app.
Want to save some money? Well, today is the first day of Missouri's back-to-school sales tax holiday weekend.
This weekend, certain back-to-school purchases are exempt from all state and local taxes or used taxes. Joe Don Cheney of the Missouri Department of Revenue says there are many items included.
Clothing, school supplies, computer software, graphing calculators, computers, all of that you might use for school would be tax-free.
The holiday ends Sunday, August 9th at midnight. The National Retail Federation reports the average American household spends over $800 per child for back-to-school shopping for K-12 and nearly twice that for college students. Sue Danielson, MissouriNet.
The NFL preseason has started, according to Joe Morgan.
The NFL made its triumphant return in Canton, Ohio last night, and what a finish to the Hall of Fame game. Panthers quarterback E.J. King called his own number as time expired, scrambling into the end zone to secure a wild 33-30 win over the Arizona Cardinals. Talk about a walk-off touchdown to kick off the preseason. Turning to the diamond, a tough break for the Royals last night. Kansas City dropped a close one to Minnesota 4-3, but the Royals have a quick chance to bounce back tonight when they open a home series against the Cubs. First pitch is set for 7:10. Meanwhile, the Cardinals return home tonight to start a weekend set against the Rockies, a Rockies team that just took 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers. Redbirds look to hold down the fort at Busch Stadium with first pitch locked in at 7:15. Catch the game on AM 1230 The Talker. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape. For professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin, choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. That's sports. I'm Joe Morgan for News Talk KZRG.
Download the Zimmer Storm Center app today. It's free. It's available at your app store. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Joe Morgan.
Next news, 8:30. Breaking news as it happens. No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr.
Here is your KZRG forecast. There may be a few scattered thunderstorms early on this Friday, and then an isolated afternoon thunderstorm or two with a high of 93 and a heat index around 100. Any rain moves out later tonight with a low of 73, then a sunny and hot weekend with highs in the upper 90s. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
Weather is a service of Derailed Commodity Flooring and Furniture, celebrating their 59th anniversary this month with deals store-wide. Celebrate with them at your local Derailed Commodity Flooring and Furniture store today.
KZRG Storm Tracker radar showing an area of heavy rain and also lighter rain. It's all pretty much in southeast Kansas at this time, and it's just kind of going in a circle, going round and round, not really moving in towards the Missouri area and northeast Oklahoma area. It's cloudy. It's 75 in Neosho, 73 in Pittsburgh, 75 in Webb City, 75 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time going on 8:08.
Tyler's has the carpet you've been looking for. Your complete floor covering store.
Okay, class. Today we're going to talk about what you'd like to be when you grow up. Remember, this is America, 1973. You can be anything that you want. Ron, how about you go first?
That's easy. When I grow up, I want to be a chief carpetologist.
A chief carpetologist? What is that?
That's someone who every day helps people have the floors of their dreams in their homes and businesses. And I get to use a tape measure and a hammer too.
Okay, well, good luck with that.
Fast forward to the present, and here I am, an actual real-life chief carpetologist at Tyler's Carpet in Neosho. And 6-year-old me was right. Every day we do help people in the 4 states get the beautiful new hardwood, carpet, or vinyl flooring in their home or business that truly stands out and exceeds their expectations. Come see us today.
Good morning, everybody.
I'll do the July jobs report.
Mary said, you guys better be praying that we don't get somebody like Zoran Mandami for president. Yeah, that would be, so that's kind of a curious thought. Like, would Zoran run for president? Well, first off, he can't. He wasn't born in this country, right? Isn't he from Uganda? Where was Zoran Mandami born? I thought he was from... Yeah, he was born in Uganda, so he can't run for president anyway. But would a Zoran type run for president? There's AOC. I mean, Bernie Sanders already tried, which ironically enough, he was kneecapped by the Democrats more than anyone,
Which now they're getting kneecapped by the Democratic Socialist.
Boy, what comes around goes around, huh, Steve? Yep. That's a very good point. I didn't even put those two together, but you're totally right. In any case, so there's a couple of Democrat socialists out there that I think are slowly positioning themselves in such a way that they could. Hey, Dustin, what's going on, man? Again, AOC, of course. Bernie, he's not making a comeback. He's almost 90.
What about Cori Bush? She's not doing anything.
Yeah, right. She was the Democrat out of the Kansas City area? St. Louis area, thank you. Who was a DSA member, and she got booted. So, yeah, I mean, it's possible. It's possible a DSA person could get that high. Get that high up. Yeah, Mary, again, I understand that the president has exterior forces. Really, I think the thesis of my point is that when a politician comes along, it doesn't matter how much you like him or anything, not you personally, but we as a people, we as voters, doesn't matter how much we like them, we need to be willing and able to scrutinize their promises. Because, again, the promise of ending the war in Ukraine in day one, that was a ridiculous thing because he can't control that. He can't control what Russia does. He can't control what the Ukraine does. He can't control what NATO does. He's doing, well, NATO, he's actually, he has some sway in it, of course. But so when politicians come in and say, we're going to vote me and the prices will go down, vote me and do this, they can't do that. So either we need to start demanding they fill in on their promises. They sold us a bill of goods. We start demanding those goods be delivered, or we need to be willing to scrutinize these promises and these strategies. Those are the two, for me, those are the two avenues. Either we need to have an open and honest conversation about politicians that we like and their promises, or we need to start demanding that they actually fill in on those promises.
Casino Resort Studio, News Talk KZRG. Depend on it. From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
Just after 8:10, it's FM 102.9, 105.9 AM 1310, News Talk KZRG. Ted Bojorquez.
And Steve Scott. We've got a chance of some showers and thunderstorms throughout the day. Right now, we've got just pretty much an area of rain in southeast Kansas and east central Kansas, and it's just going round and round and not really doing much of anything, although there is a severe thunderstorm warning out currently around the Wichita area at the moment. That's not expected here in this area at this point. Now, today we've got a chance of some showers and thunderstorms throughout the day. Partly sunny and hot with a high of 94 or 93. Could feel as high as 100, though, with the heat index. Tonight, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly clear with the low down to 73. Tomorrow and on Sunday, it's going to be sunny and hot with a high of around 97, 98, 99. And the temperature could feel like as hot as 106 both Saturday and Sunday. 99 for the actual high predicted on Monday. Same for Tuesday. Wednesday could be a little bit hotter, maybe. So enjoy the cooler weather at 93 is what we're going to be experiencing today. That's all from KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr.
It's FM 102.9, 105.9 AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, it's News Talk KZRG. Well, Joplin residents can expect some changes to curbside trash pickup. Yeah, the city's contract with Republic Trash Services did expire, and the city had sent out an open bid contract. They had a bunch of responses from numerous vendors, and they ultimately decided to go with Republic once again. And according to Joplin Mayor Rob O'Brien, the reason why is simply they were the cheapest option. So there you have it. Now, there's a couple of changes. They're still sticking with Republic Trash Service. It's still the same company, still the same setup, but with a few changes with this new contract, which takes effect on October 1st of this year, including some new prices. Now, the prices, they're not for nothing. There's going to be a couple of additions. Number one, there will be a option for a routine tree, limb, and foliage pickup, and a few changes to bulky item pickup process. So with these changes, very basically, the idea is that if you are a Joplin resident and you have grass clippings, leaves, tree limbs, things like that, you can opt in and they're going to have a routine pickup for those things.
What if you have bulky things like old Ted statues or something?
Please. No one would ever throw those away. And we'll get to the bulky items in a second
Okay.
here. But for the foliage things, that's a new service they're offering. It's now going to be routine. They're just going to be doing it automatically. Now, with this, will now be a $3 increase in the price for Joplin residents.
So an option, you can get it for an option.
Well, yes and no. The $3 increase, that's going to apply to your bill period. This new contract, instead of paying $17 a month for Joplin residents for the service, it's going up. Just period.
Okay.
Whether you use the service or not, your price is going up by $3. Done deal. That being said, since your price is going up $3 anyway, you might as well use the free foliage pickup process, right?
Yeah, I could see that point. Yeah.
Right. I mean, you're already getting charged for it. Might as well use it. Now, the administrative fee for the city of Joplin will remain the same, 55 cents per billing cycle. And that fee covers the cost of billing and collecting for the trash services and dealing with the company. The city does that, so you don't have to. They charge you 55 cents per billing cycle. So keep that in mind. Now, going back to this idea of the new tree limb foliage pickup system that is now going to be just a part of their deal, it is still, even though you're being charged for it, it is still an opt-in. So you have to contact Republic Trash Services and say, hey, here's my address. I want you to come and I want to be part of this service. And they'll put you on the list and they'll do it.
Now, I understand it's not going to be the same pickup as if they were just coming for trash. It's going to be a different pickup, if I understand correctly.
Yeah, it'll be bi-weekly for the foliage.
And it'll also be done in a way so that they don't combine trash with the biodegradable stuff for the landfill.
Yeah, exactly. Don't throw away a bunch of leaves. Put it on the side. They'll pick it. It's like it's whenever there's storm damage and the city comes and does like foliage pickup. Same process. Now they're just going to be doing it automatically bi-weekly if you opt in. So keep that in mind. Now, Steve, you brought up the bulky items. That is also changing starting October 1st for Joplin residents. Residents, you got to call Republic Services to schedule the pickup of bulky items, things like mattresses, old refrigerators, stuff like that,
old furniture.
Couches, all that good stuff. If it doesn't fit in a trash can, but you want them to take it, you got to call them and say, hey, here's my address. I live in Joplin. I utilize your services. Come pick up my old mattress, please.
Maybe an old waterbed frame. That'd be good to throw away.
Yeah, something like that. Now, you are limited to 4 cubic yards of bulky items per pickup, and each home is limited to 4 pickups a year. So you gotta sort of ration them out a little bit there. Plan them, as Steve would say. Absolutely. So you can keep that in mind as well. So that's the idea. Again, really the taking a look at the number, the new base bill for Joplin homes for trash services is ultimately going from $17.42 a month to $22.68 a month. That is a base bill increase. You can add on. There's always add-ons. You can get a second trash can for an extra $5 a month. There's some things like that. That hasn't really changed.
Right.
But yeah, that's what the Delio Montrilio is. So details can be found at newstalkkzrg.com. All right. Moving on from there, some other news we have for you. We talked about this a little bit earlier this morning, but in case you missed it, Kansas, the state of Kansas, they have ended their July 2026 month. The month of July for 2026, they ended that month with a total tax collections of $718.9 million.
Big bucks.
No whammy. Which is 7% more than they collected the year before in the same month.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, they kind of already knew that they were going to be collecting more this year compared to last year. They had anticipated that. But they collected even more than what they thought they were going to collect more of. They were actually collected 3.5% above what they estimated for July of this year. Which
for
is
them,
crazy.
that's great.
For the state government, it's
that's
great.
That's right, for the state government.
The individual income tax collections for Kansas were up 6.4% from the year prior. Corporate income tax collections were at $18.5 million, which is up. Up 0.1% from the year before, so bit of a wash. Now combined retail sales tax for the entire state of Kansas, along with compensating use tax, all that good stuff, $315 million, which is up 8% from the year before. So Kansas is obviously collecting that money. Now, of course, the collecting of the money is half the story.
Spending it's the other half.
And I would argue that's the important half.
I would agree.
How is the state going to be spending this money? Are Kansans going to get value for their dollar, or in this case, for their $718 million? Are they going to be getting value out of it? Well, ultimately, that's up for Kansans to decide. And I'm sure you're thinking, well, we don't really have much of a say. Well, you get to decide at the voting booth. If you don't think that they are spending your money wisely, put different people in charge.
And the general election is not that far away. It's coming up in less than 90 days.
That is exactly right. And by the way, Newstalk KZRG, we will be covering those elections the only way we know how, live and well.
And also in the election headquarters.
Mm-hmm. Where is that, Steve?
That's on newstalkkzrg.com/elections.
KZRG News Time 820.
And now, KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
President Trump said that a deal to reopen the Strait of Hormuz has not been finalized yet, but hints that they are really close to a deal.
We're so close this time, we promise. This time for real, guys. We really are right there.
The president then said, well, it's sort of open right now.
The strait's kind of open, I guess.
Number 2.
Speaking of the president, he had called Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt a rhino for wanting to get the federal government out of the local elections, arguing that states must maintain independence from big government. Governor Stitt recently spoke out saying that a one-size-fits-all federal government is not the way to go and reiterated his affinity for states' rights.
Number 1.
Joplin could be expanding the city's trolley system from 3 to 5 routes. The proposed changes are designed to shorten travel times, improve reliability, and provide access to more workplaces. The city council is going to be discussing it at next week's meeting.
Now, the KZRG question of the day.
Is your life better, worse, or the same today as it was 1 year ago? We want to know. Go to KZRG's Facebook page, News Talk KZRG on Facebook. Is your life better, worse, or the same today as it was 1 year ago? Coming up, what's going on with technology with Kim Commando? That's coming up in less than 5 minutes. On FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. Oh, and also on your smart speaker. It's News Talk KZRG.
The hot and humid weather pattern will continue through the week, and we may have a few scattered thunderstorms initially today, then a slight chance for an afternoon shower thunderstorm. Otherwise, partly to mostly cloudy. The high today near 93. That heat index closing in on 100, though, when you factor in the humidity. Any rain will move out this evening with a clear sky overnight and a low dropping down to 73. Then a ridge of high pressure is going to result in sunshine for Saturday and Sunday. Highs each afternoon should hit the upper 90s, with a heat index climbing up into the triple digits each day. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
Gingrich Structures builds agricultural, commercial, and residential post-frame buildings designed to meet your needs. All built with superior craftsmanship and attention to every detail. From planning to completion, your local Gingrich Pro will guide you every step of the way, helping you create a custom post-frame building you can count on for years to come. Visit GingrichStructures.com to connect with your local Gingrich Pro and ask about the industry's only 5-year workmanship warranty. That's GingerICHStructures.com.
We buy guns, oh yes, we buy guns, oh yes, we are the best, oh yes, we buy guns, oh yes.
This is Liberty Tree Guns, the best place to sell your firearms. Walk in with a gun, walk out with money.
We buy guns, oh yes, we buy guns, oh yes, we are the best, oh yes, we buy guns, oh yes.
Liberty Tree Guns, across from Lowe's in Carthage. Or visit libertytreeguns.com to start your quote today.
We buy guns, oh yes, we buy guns, oh yes, we are the best, oh yes.
Identity theft can cost more than you think. Drained investment accounts, stolen tax returns, lost wages, expenses for lawyers. It's a lot. That's why LifeLock is backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which covers up to $1 million for stolen funds, fees, and experts and lawyers, and out-of-pocket expenses. Don't face the burden of identity theft alone. Protect your future and finances with LifeLock. Join now. Save up to 30% off your first year with promo code BECK at LifeLock.com. 1-800-LifeLock, promo code BECK. LifeLock.com. Terms to apply.
My name.
Good morning, everybody. By the way, I want to say this too this isn't TDS. I'm not picking on Trump just to pick on him. The idea that, I guess really just to be honest with you, my goal, my inspiration with all this is I want the Republican Party to be the best version of itself it can be. Because even when the Democrats, even though their party is a mess right now, guess what? If both parties are a mess, that's how we get groups like the DSA, the Democrat Socialists of America. That's how they spawn, and gain popularity. So instead of just saying, well, the Democrats are worse, Let's, instead of just saying, well, we're better than them, let's not just be better, let's be the best. Let's have Republicans be the absolute best party, the best version of themselves. And that's where my criticism is coming from. It's not like I don't like Trump, I want to see him fail. I want to see him succeed. I want to see this country succeed. And it makes me sad when the party that I assume would be the best option and lead and be the best way to gain success, and he told us that it was going to happen. Well, it's not. This is like steel sharpening steel. That's all it is. I just want us to be the best version of ourselves is all. And if we're not allowed to criticize ourselves, if Republicans can't criticize Republicans, how could we ever be the best version of ourselves? To me, my criticism of Trump, in my mind, is like a practice game. You know, like a football. Before the Chiefs go up against the Raiders, let's have the Chiefs do a couple practice games first. Let's make sure that their offense is as good as we like to think it is. Let's make sure it's actually as solid as we like to think it is. And so that's where my criticism comes from. That's where my heart is. It's not I don't like Trump and I'm trying to make people hate Trump. It's not I don't like the Republican Party, I'm trying to make people hate the Republican Party. It's not that at all. It's, in my mind, it's an internal scrimmage. It's a practice game. Let's make sure we actually hit the points. Let's make sure we actually, when we get a quarterback, let's make sure he actually can throw the passes we need him to throw. Let's make sure he actually can call the plays we need him to call. And when he's not throwing the throws we need him to throw, and when he's not calling the plays we need him to call, let's criticize. Let's say, hey, Patrick Mahomes, why didn't you throw that well? What training do you need? What is missing? That type of thing.
Make sure that Travis Kelce's not paying too much attention to Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Hey, Travie, baby. Eye on the ball. No, Tay-Tay is not the ball. Eye on the ball. Let's get your head in the game. That's where my criticism of the president's coming from.
11 on FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk, KZRG.
It's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk, KZRG.
Well, Steve, as you and all the 4 states know, that this is a fun and factual morning show. It's a fun fact show.
Yes, it is.
Do you want to hear a fun fact, Steve?
Sure. What's the fact that's fun?
And factual?
And factual.
Here it is. KZRG News Time, 8:28. It's almost 8:30.
Wow.
I know. Isn't that so fun and factual?
That is so much fun. Hey, we've got a chance for some showers and thunderstorms. Right now, the heaviest rain is basically pretty much staying in southeast Kansas and east central Kansas. At this point, high today 93, could feel as hot as 100 with the heat index. Now tomorrow and Sunday, sunny and hot, 98 for the high both days. Could feel as warm as 106 with the real field temperature, so keep that in mind as you're going through the weekend. But still, no rain is in the forecast for the weekend. Monday, sunny and hot with a actual high of 99. Oh boy, that's all according to KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr.
All right. It's going to be a hot one. You can follow along with all things weather, by the way, totally for free by staying tuned to FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, News Talk KZRG. And, of course, on top of that, by downloading the Zimmer Storm Center app. It's totally free to do so in the App Store or Google Play Store. It's the Zimmer Storm Center app. Coming up after the news in less than 10 minutes. What is going on in the 4 states today and this weekend that you and your family might want to check out? I hear all the time, there's nothing to do here. There's nothing to do here. Well, it turns out there's actually a lot of stuff to do. You might just not be aware of it. And that's what we're going to be making you aware of in less than 10 minutes at around 8:40 on News Talk KZRG.
At 8:30, I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Bojorquez.
Here's what's trending on News Talk KZRG.
Iran negotiations.
July jobs report.
Meta fine.
No one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG. Topping out at 93 with scattered showers and thunderstorms. Your complete forecast with KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr. Following sports, that'll be at 8:38. It's cloudy. It's 75 in Neosho, 73 in Pittsburgh, 75 in Galena, 75 in Joplin. FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310. News Talk, KZRG.
President Donald Trump says a deal with Iran could be reached super soon, as Iran says it is in the final stages of talks to reopen the Strait of Hormuz.
Iranian officials say they are close to a deal with Oman to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. They could expect an announcement anytime. President Trump insists he is personally involved in those negotiations. The president said an agreement could be announced as early as today. Here's President Trump.
I'm involved in the negotiation. I think we're doing fine. It could be soon.
The president also dismissed media reports that he was dissatisfied with the performance of Secretary of War Pete Hegseth. The president posted on Truth Social, "The fake news, as usual, is spreading false and completely unfounded rumors. I am extremely happy with the job that Pete Hegseth is doing."
The economy lost jobs last month, with the drop coming as a surprise.
The number of U.S. jobs declined by 23,000 in July. Economists were expecting an increase of more than 80,000 jobs last month. Jobs declined in retail. Leisure and hospitality hiring remained steady, and employment held up in manufacturing and construction. Also, May and June job creation was revised lower by 103,000. The unemployment rate declined to 4.1% in July, though that may reflect more people leaving the workforce. The labor force participation rate declined to 61.4. Ginny Coselda, Fox News.
A New Mexico court now ordering Meta to pay $567 million and implement sweeping protections for teen users. This after finding that Facebook and Instagram cause mental health issues amongst the young.
It will be used for the treatment of young people who are harmed by social media, as well as prevention, screenings, and evaluations. This is on top of the $375 million in civil penalties that Meta was ordered to cough up after it lost a child exploitation trial in New Mexico in March. A jury had found the social media giant misled customers about the safety of its platforms and essentially failed to protect kids from online solicitation and other dangers. The state's attorney general says for years, Meta knew its platforms were harming New Mexico's kids, from feeding a youth mental health crisis to connecting predators with children, and it chose engagement and profit over their safety.
That was Madeline Rivera. It is 75 with clouds at 8:33. News Talk, KZRG.
Joplin residents will see several changes to curbside trash services starting this fall, including a new yard waste pickup program and a revamped bulky item collection process.
All of that under a renewed contract between the city and Republic Services. The new contract sets the monthly residential trash rate at $17.42. A new bi-weekly yard waste collection program will also be available for an additional $3 a month. The process for collecting bulky items is changing as well. Beginning October 1st, residents must schedule pickup directly with Republic. More inside the KZRG app. Steve Smith, News Talk KZRG.
Movie lovers in Pittsburgh, Kansas, rejoice! You're not going to be without a theater for much longer. Meadowbrook 8 Theaters is expected to open next Friday inside the mall there in Pittsburgh. It's going to be in the same spot where the former AMC Theater was, which closed back in late May. If you see news, text us at 417-782-1310. Clouds 75, 834 going on 835. News Talk, KZRG.
Holding Dr. Anthony Fauci in contempt of Congress. Missouri U.S. Senator Josh Hawley explains why he voted yes.
The reason that I asked Dr. Fauci what color his tie was and what day of the week it was and what color the carpet is, I thought he was going to answer that one. He looked very carefully at the carpet, then he decided not to answer. The reason I asked those questions was precisely to test the good faith nature of his invocation of the Fifth Amendment.
Hawley says what Fauci did to the American people during the COVID-19 pandemic is unconscionable.
Hundreds of thousands expected to gather in South Dakota for a big rally. What is it?
The Sturgis Motorcycle Rally is one of the largest motorcycle meetups in the world and brings enthusiasts to the Black Hills of South Dakota. The rally dates back to the mid-1930s with the first Black Hills Classic race, where just 9 riders took part. These days, riders can explore sites like Spearfish Canyon, Mount Rushmore, and the Crazy Horse Memorial. Some of the events scheduled include demo rides and bike shows, stunt competitions, and concerts from Miranda Lambert, Lainey Wilson, Sammy Hagar, Megadeth, David Lee Roth, and more. The 2026 Sturgis Motorcycle Rally runs through Sunday, August 16th. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
The NFL preseason kicked off last night, according to Joe Morgan.
The NFL made its triumphant return in Canton, Ohio last night, and what a finish to the Hall of Fame game. Panthers quarterback E.J. King called his own number as time expired, scrambling into the end zone to secure a wild 33-30 win over the Arizona Cardinals. Talk about a walk-off touchdown to kick off the preseason. Turning to the diamond, a tough break for the Royals last night. Kansas City dropped a close one to Minnesota 4-3, but the Royals have a quick chance to bounce back tonight when they open a home series against the Cubs. First pitch is set for 7:10. Meanwhile, the Cardinals return home tonight to start a weekend set against the Rockies, a Rockies team that just took 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers. Redbirds look to hold down the fort at Busch Stadium with the first pitch locked in at 7:15. Catch the game on AM 1230 The Talker. Sports is brought to you by Hickman Lawn and Landscape for professional lawn and landscape solutions in Webb City and Joplin. Choose the experts at Hickman Lawn and Landscape. Visit hickmanlawns.com. That's sports. I'm Joe Morgan for News Talk KZRG.
It's free at your app store. Download the Zimmer Storm Center app today. I'm Steve Scott.
And I'm Ted Borges.
Next news at 9 o'clock. Breaking news. As it happens, no one gives you more accurate weather more often than News Talk. KZRG. Now, KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr.
The hot and humid weather pattern will continue through the week, and we may have a few scattered thunderstorms initially today, then a slight chance for an afternoon shower thunderstorm. Otherwise, partly to mostly cloudy. The high today near 93. That heat index closing in on 100, though, when you factor in the humidity. Any rain will move out this evening with a clear sky overnight and a low dropping down to 73. Then a ridge of high pressure is going to result in sunshine for Saturday and Sunday. Highs each afternoon should hit the upper 90s, with a heat index climbing up into the triple digits each day. I'm Jeff Marr in the KZRG Storm Center.
KZRG Storm Tracker radar showing scattered showers and thunderstorms, mostly in southeast Kansas, a little bit into northeast Oklahoma. It's pretty much staying stationary and not moving in towards the Missouri and northwest Arkansas area. 75 clouds in Neosho, 73 in Pittsburgh, 75 in Carl Junction. It's 75 in Joplin. News Talk KZRG with 100 weather updates every 24 hours. KZRG News Time, 8:38.
Goldilocks needed a dumpster. The first one she rented was too small.
My garage stuff won't fit.
The second dumpster was too big.
I don't own that much junk.
Then she found the yellow box from Big John's roll-off service.
This dumpster is just right.
Big John's.
Hey, I'm the Big John from Big John's Roll-Off Service.
And I'm the wife, Claire.
And our yellow box special gives you 15 to 20 yards of space and is the same footprint as a smaller box, but taller, so you can fit more.
It's perfect for garage cleanouts, home projects and remodels, moving, downsizing, or finally tackling that backyard pile you've been ignoring.
For just $400, you get 7 days of rental and the first 2,000 pounds of debris.
But we've only got 3 yellow boxes, so once they're booked, they're booked.
Reserve yours today at BigJohnsRolloff.com.
When you've got big waste, you need Big John's.
Big on service, big on savings. Big John's.
Dignity, choice, control. They're the foundation of the Independent Living Center. At the Independent Living Center, they believe that needing assistance at home should never mean giving up the right to make your own decisions. That's why they offer both aid
in a different position.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Hey, Paul, good morning. Maybe Monday... Uh-oh, Paul, where did your comment go? Uh-oh, Paul, I lost your comment, Paul. I'm sorry. Oh, I don't know where it went. I'm sorry, Paul. I don't know where it is. By the way, good morning, Dustin. I don't know if I told you that. What did Paul say? Paul, where did your comment go? It disappeared, man. Message us again if you can, bro. If you don't mind. Teddy Roosevelt had the best view on immigration. Either totally assimilate to the American way or don't come here. Oh, Paul, here's your comment. Okay, I found you, man. All right, Paul said maybe Monday you could ask the Maher why Joplin doesn't have a landfill. They mandate trash. Paul, great question. Unfortunately, and I'm just going to be honest with you, the mayor can't be here on Monday because he is out of town. So we actually pre-recorded our interview with the mayor for next week. So I actually interviewed him yesterday. and we're going to be playing that interview on Monday. But what I will do for you, Paul, is let me copy this question, and I will ask him the following week when he's back live again.
Now, we did have a landfill, but they had to close it because it got full. It's located there at Schifferdecker and Bell Center Road.
So, Paul, let me ask that question for you in 2 Mondays when the mayor is back live with us, if you don't mind. But great question.
9 to 11 to hear what's going on with me, Chris Plant, on News Talk KZRG.
From Studio 1Z, with the latest news, commentary, and weather, it's the KZRG Morning News Watch on News Talk KZRG.
It's going to be a possibility of showers and thunderstorms developing throughout the day in the four-state area. In fact, right now we've got a large area of some showers and thunderstorms. It's mostly in southeast Kansas, but it's also getting into a little bit of northeast Oklahoma. Pretty much staying stationary at this time. We're expecting a high of 93. Heat index can make it feel as high as 100 for today, but that's cool compared to what's going to be over the weekend. Sunny and hot, 98 for both Saturday and Sunday, with the heat index topping out as high as 106 on both days. Actual temperature on Monday, sunshine and hot, and 99. That's all according to KZRG meteorologist Jeff Marr.
Yeah, going to be a hot one for sure. Download the Zimmer Storm Center app where you can follow along with all things weather, including the heat, to be up to date on it. Play-by-play on your time with the Zimmer Storm Center app. Totally free to download in the App Store or the Google Play Store. KZRG News Time just before 8:45. It's currently 8:43. Well, in honor of the fact that today is, in fact...
Thank God it's...
There are a lot of things going on in the four states this weekend, and even though it's going to be really hot, I'm sure you are wondering... That's right, 2 music cues back-to-back.
Oh, wow. Boy, you're fast.
I'll tell you what, this is not amateur hour. Yeah, what's going on this weekend? What is happening in the four states area that you and your family might want to check out?
Well, one thing is you could save some money because today is the first of 3 days of Missouri's back-to-school sales tax holiday weekend.
This weekend, certain back-to-school purchases are exempt from all state and local taxes or used taxes. Joe Don Chaney of the Missouri Department of Revenue says there are many items included.
Clothing, school supplies, computer software, graphing calculators, computers, all of that you might use for school would be tax-free.
The holiday ends Sunday, August 9th at midnight. The National Retail Federation reports the average American household spends over $800 per child for back-to-school shopping for K-12, and nearly twice that for college students. Sue Danielson, MissouriNet.
Now you can see the full list of qualifying items and conditions inside this story at newstalkkzrg.com.
$1,600 for college kids back to school. That's crazy.
Wow.
That is a wild, wild number. Something else going on in the four states you might want to check out, of course, is the famous, literally globally famous, Marion Days. It's happening in Carthage. It kicked off yesterday, and it's going today. It's happening tomorrow, and it's happening Sunday as well. This is the 47th annual event. It's a pilgrimage, a festival. It is so much more. It's all technically surrounded around the Vietnamese American Roman Catholic event, I guess, is technically what it is.
It is an event.
Well, yeah, of course. I'm just saying, even though it is celebrating the Vietnamese American Roman Catholic culture, anyone can go. And whether or not you're Catholic, whether or not you're Vietnamese, whether or not you're even religious, it's a good time.
It is.
There's a lot of food. There's a lot of vendors. There's a lot of people watching. There's all sorts of stuff going on. It's a total blast. Music there is cool. So whether or not you identify as a Catholic or not, this is an event that really would be a lot of fun probably for you and your family to tool around. Get some sweet pupusas? I don't know. What's the name?
I have no idea. Food? I heard something about crickets, supposedly.
Crickets?
Yeah, supposedly crickets on a stick is something that I was told. Speaking of crickets, I was told that Steve Smith likes to eat those too, crickets on a stick.
You know, when I was in high school, I ate 5 live crickets in exchange for extra credit in my biology class.
And boy, did your stomach make a lot of noise after that.
Well, my mouth certainly did. I wouldn't shut up about it.
And by the way, they are expecting tens of thousands of people to be in attendance all weekend long there at Marion Days. Now, also in Carthage, the Route 66 Carthage Farmers Market is open on Saturday. The Carthage Farmers Market offers a wide variety of fresh, in-season produce, greenhouse plants, honey, jams, jelly, and baked goods. They're hosting at their new covered pavilion at 122 Grant Street in Carthage. That is near the Carthage Civil War Museum and Pete's Convenience Store. The Route 66 Farmers Market is going on from 8 in the morning until noon tomorrow. Don't miss it.
Don't miss it. Speaking of Farmers Market, the Webb City Farmers Market, of course, that's open every Saturday. That's at the Praying Hands Park in Webb City. It's there from 9 in the morning to 12 noon. It's a lot of fun. If you haven't been there, it really is a blast. There's I get my plants there. I started a little garden at my house, and I got a lot of my starter plants there, and then I immediately killed them because I'm a bad plant owner.
No, you just wanted to go back and buy more.
Well, no, I literally took them to Hinkle's Ace Hardware, and I asked Chris Hinkle, hey, Chris, I said, Chris, can you help me bring my plants back? And then she looked at me with the most disapproving eyes as she saw just how dastardly I had done my plants, and she goes, there's no bringing this back.
You
At which point,
you couldn't even shock them back to life?
No. At which point, I did have to go back to the Webb City Farmers Market and buy more plants. And because of the great help from Chris Hinkle, I was able to keep those ones alive. So that's great.
Well, congratulations. You're not a plant killer anymore.
Not anymore.
Shop the Empire Market. Join them every Saturday all year long from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. in the neighborhood or indoor historic location. It's where you can shop with vendors in the Lineman's Hall, Foreman's Hall, and Engineers Hall every week. It's called the Empire Market because that building used to be owned by Empire District Electric Company many moons ago.
Yeah, it's like a burned out warehouse vibe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not literally burned out. It's not literally a warehouse, but it's that kind of vibe. It's cool.
The Empire Market is located at 931 East 4th Street in Joplin.
Mm-hmm. Something else going on in Joplin is the Joplin Cars and Coffee Summer Wind Down Meet. That's happening tomorrow from 6 in the evening to 9 in the evening on 7th Street. And it's like a parking lot party type vibe.
Yeah, it's at the old Walmart store, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's cool. Classic cars, custom cars, imported cars and trucks, they're all going to be there. People are going to be bringing their project cars and showing them off. You can, too. If you got a project car, you want some tips and tricks. Tips and tricks? Is that the phrase?
I'm not for sure what you're
trying to
If you
want some advice, how about that, Steve?
That's good.
If you want some project car advice, you can bring
trips and tips.
You can bring it there, so you can talk with other like-minded gearheads. And honestly, also, if you just have a cool project car and you've been telling your friends and family or your spouse about it, and they simply don't care, bring your car down to this for people that do care, people that actually are interested, that do want to hear the story about how you had a busted radiator and you took a stick of gum and a small flashlight and rolled up your sleeves and were able to fix it up. They'll want to hear about that. So that's happening tomorrow night as well.
In Neosho, the Neosho Farmers Market is open at 201 West Spring Street every single Saturday. The Neosho Farmers Market is ready to bring you the best of local fresh produce, baked goods, handmade items, and so much more. Farmers Market, open 9 a.m. until 12 noon at Neosho at 201 West Spring Street. Be sure to be there tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Then, of course, there's also the Ozark Empire Fair. That's in Springfield. So that's pretty cool. That is running through, it's today, it's running through tomorrow as well. And a lot of activities. It's a fairground for crying out loud. So that's located just north of I-44 at the Missouri Highway Exit 13. That's going to be a lot of fun, too. And honestly, I will say this, taking the day trip with the family to Springfield is worth the drive.
Yeah.
If you're driving from the immediate 4 states area, going and day tripping it in Springfield, it's genuinely a very fun town.
It's kind of like the Missouri State Fair, but it's not. It's a Springfield Ozark Empire Fair, and if you've never been to it, you need to go because it's really a fantastic fair.
Yeah, it's fairtastic, if you will.
Oh, man.
Oh, come on.
Fairtastic.
That was so clever. Combining the word fair and fantastic, that was genius. Genius, Steve. Oh, what's that? Hold on. I'm getting a call from Saturday Night Live. They probably want to offer me a job now.
Let's get out of this.
That is what's going on this weekend. It's FM 102.9, 105.9 AM 1310. KZRG News Time 850.
And now, KZRG's Big Three on News Talk KZRG.
Number 3.
President Trump said that a deal to reopen the Strait of Hormuz not yet finalized, but hints they're really close to a deal.
So close. It's right there.
The president then said, well, It's sort of open right now.
Kinda.
Number 2.
Speaking of the president, he called an Oklahoma governor, Kevin Stitt, a rhino for wanting to get the federal government out of the local elections, arguing that states must maintain independence from big government. Governor Stitt recently spoke out saying a one-size-fits-all federal government is not the way to go and reiterated his affinity for states' rights.
Number 1.
Joplin could be expanding the city's trolley system from 3 to 5 routes. The proposed changes are designed to shorten travel times, improve reliability, and provide access to more workplaces. The City Council is going to be discussing it at next week's meeting.
Now, the KZRG question of the day.
Is your life better, worse, or the same today as it was 1 year ago? We want to know. Leave us an open mic message on the KZRG app or text us at 417-782-1310. Is your life better, worse, or the same today as it was 1 year ago? Coming up, Chris Plant in less than 10 minutes. Followed by Clay Travis and Buck Sexton at 11, Sean Hannity at 2, Mark Levin at 5. On FM 102.9, 105.9, AM 1310, and on your smart speaker, it's News Talk KZRG. Good morning.
The hot and humid weather pattern will continue through the weekend.
Hey, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Appreciate it. Rick, thank you for the news tip. Appreciate that as well, my man. We will talk to you guys Monday.
Have a great weekend. Stay cool.